is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Good evening and welcome to Robert Kalsu Stadium live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. I'm Colton Fleetwood alongside Gordy Jones, producer Jacoby Brosi, cameraman Cedric Brosi, and then also associate producer and Blake Unruh joining us here in the booth tonight. We welcome you to a rivalry game. It's always the fun one, Midwest City and Dell City tonight. And so with these two teams, and in the last 10 matchups, these two teams are actually tied 5-5. But the Dell City Eagles, within the last, let's call it the last 4 years, they've won 4 straight. They've won 5 out of the last 6. So Dell City has really dominated this rivalry as of late. I mean, just last season, 62-6 was the final score. 2023, 53-14. So you get the message. Midwest City has revenge on their mind, sitting at 1-2. They got off to a rough start, picked up a win over Putnam City West last week. Dell City sitting at 1-1, picked up a huge win over Booker T. Washington after the tough defeat against Edmond Memorial. We're on the countdown to kickoff, brought to you by our good friends over at Precision Nutrition of Dell City. For all your nutrition needs in one shake or tea, come to Precision Nutrition at 4603 Southeast 29th Street in Dell City. You can also order over the phone if you give them a call at 405-672-0999. The cool thing about Precision Nutrition, folks, is that they have so many flavors that they can put into a healthy tea and shake. I've done it multiple times. It is a great way to help get some of that extra weight off that you've been trying to get off. So I go there, been there multiple times. It's a great place. Go check them out. Gordy Jones is down on the field, and here in just a moment he'll have an interview with head coach Robert Jones. But, you know, like I said before, both these teams got off to difficult starts. Dell City lost 35-7 to Edmond Memorial in Week 0. And, of course, Midwest City went to Piedmont, which is where I'm from, and lost 53-0. They had a really difficult time stopping the run against Piedmont. Piedmont, of course, runs a veer, wishbone-type offense, and so Midwest City had a lot of trouble containing that. And then obviously had to play against Carl Albert, and that's never an easy game. So they lost that game pretty badly as well. And then they were able to pick up a win last week over Putnam City West. So Midwest City has revenge on their minds. They're trying to new football coach over there. They've got some new faces. They're trying to build on something, and what better way for them than to get a win over their arch rivals here against Dell City. But it's going to be a tough task. Dell City looked really good against Booker T. Washington. I think things are starting to become more comfortable for the Eagles as they have Davion Sims at quarterback, and we expect him to be back there again tonight. Caleb Blackwolf has really come alive. 5 touchdowns in the last game against Booker T. Washington, and 2 of those being punt returns that were electric. And so for Dell City, they are really playing a lot better. That first game against Edmond Memorial, everyone wants to take a lot from that. I don't think there was a lot there to take. I think Dell City was trying to find themselves at quarterback. They were trying to find themselves a little bit on the offensive line. I think they've already found themselves. They're going to continue to build. But I think tonight Dell City should be the favorite in this football game. But again, it's a rivalry game. Anything can happen. So as we wait for Coach Jones, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come right back, and we'll have Coach Jones with Gordy Jones. You're watching Dell City Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
We're back live here on the Oklahoma Sports Network on the Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Precision Nutrition of Del City. And I'm not going to take too much more of your time here, folks. I'm going to send it down on the field to Gordy Jones as he has head coach Robert Jones of the Eagles.
All right, Gordy Jones here with Oklahoma Sports Network, here with the great Coach Robert Jones, of course. Thank you for your time again, once again, Coach. I appreciate it. Coming off of last week's victory, how do you feel about going into a game like this, beating such a legacy-built program like Booker T. Washington?
Okay. You know, we had a rough outing the first week, so as a program, you really want to see how you respond, because every year, regardless of the success of you had the previous year, every year is new, and it's new kids, it may be new coaches on the staff. You got to see how everybody responds once they get their butt whooped. It's easy to be a front runner when you win and everybody's congratulate you, but how do you respond when you lose a tough game? How do you respond when you didn't play as well as you should? And I feel like we responded very well, but there were still a lot of things that we could have done better. There's a lot of things that we fixed through our bye week. So I'm excited to have another big game in our off week. You know, when I grew up, this rivalry was one of the biggest rivalries in the state of Oklahoma. So anytime we play Midwest City, man, we're just excited to be in this kind of rivalry. And, you know, Coach Washington, this is my first time going against a team that's coached by him. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table, and I'm excited to see where my program's at. So all the things we worked on in the bye week, now we get to see if all those things are going to transfer to the game. So I'm excited about it.
I'm excited about it, too.
Absolutely.
I was thinking the same thing, Coach, playing against Midwest City. You've done this a few times.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this is a storied rivalry, to say the least. A mid-Dale matchup, you know, to say the least. How do you feel about the history of this matchup? And you just touched on it, basically. But how do you feel about going against a team like Midwest City in this storied rivalry?
Well, when I first got here from Texas, I came over with Coach Dunn. Midwest City had won 6 in a row, and then they beat us 3 in a row. So that was 9 years in a row. At the time, they beat us 9 years in a row. That kind of speaks for itself. Now the table is kind of turned a little bit. This would be we won 4 in a row against them. If we won tonight, that'd be 5 in a row. But in my mind, as a head coach, I'm thinking, hey, I'm nervous. This is like Bedlam, Oklahoma State OU. When a rivalry game's at stake, everybody's like, are you going to win tonight? Everybody's just giving us the win. I don't think like that. I think we have to show up. We have to play physical. We have to play together. We can't turn the ball over. And we have to just play physical and smart football all night. And just the fact that it's a big rivalry in our district, it's bragging rights. Let's be honest about it. When you beat a team in your district, you get to brag all season. You get to brag when you go to the other sporting events, track, basketball. You get to say we beat them. So to say that that's not important to us, I'll be lying. So it's a lot of different factors, but most importantly, we start our district play next week. So what I want to do is make sure we're playing smart football. Defensively, we're tackling, we're communicating. And offensively, I want to be able to run the ball because that's where it starts. And I want to be able to show more development in our pass game because we haven't been able to do that. And I don't want to be a one-pony show. I feel like Blackwolf really controlled the game last week, but we can't rely on that every game. We can't rely on one player doing miraculous plays. We have to be more dominant in every facet of the game, special teams, offense, and defense, if we're going to be the team we want to be.
Right. You touched on it like I was just thinking the same thing. Caleb Blackwolf had a huge game last week. But like you said, you don't want to become one-dimensional. Is there anything things specifically that you would like to focus on today's game?
Well, the first thing is Rickland Holmes. You know, Rickland Holmes is one of the best players in the state. I think he's going to have to be more dominant in the run game and show his physicality on the play in and play out. And you put him in a tandem with Black Wolf, I think that's pretty hard to stop. Then our passing game, we got to get the ball to Josiah Chester. He's one of the best receivers in the state, one of the best receivers in 5A. We got to make a conservative effort to make sure he gets the ball and then not turn the ball over. We cannot turn the ball over. Then defense, even though it looked like we had a dominant game, there were so many plays that Booker T could have took advantage of what we did wrong. And I'm pretty sure River City has a great staff. They watched that film, so they're going to try to attack those mistakes that we made. So our defense, even though we had a great game statistically, there were a lot of mistakes that we got to correct.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yes, sir.
I totally agree with everything that you said.
Yes, sir.
Coach Jones, I'm excited about this rivalry. I mean, we get up for stuff like
Yes,
this.
sir.
I appreciate your time. I wish you the best of luck.
Yes,
Good
sir.
luck.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you later.
Yes,
Good luck,
sir.
Coach. Colt, back to you.
All right, thank you, sir. Good job, Gordy. Thank you to Coach Jones, as always, for giving us his time before the football game. He seems fired up about it. The players seem fired up about it. I'm fired up about it. I always get excited for this game, and you know, so much so that, like my dad was just talking about, he's been a part of like 30, I don't know what the number was, 35, a lot of them. Sorry, Dad, took a shot at you there. But he's been a part of a lot of these rivalry games, and he's still fired up for them. So much so that, and the guys in the booth here with me are probably going to laugh, and people at home might laugh, but we were at my son's middle school football game a few days ago, and it's a Piedmont game. And my dad sees a guy walking around in a Midwest City shirt. And my dad said he wanted to ask him if he thought they could keep it within 50. He wanted to talk trash about the football game. The rivalry is still alive and well, folks, I can assure you, and we are excited about it. So we're going to take one more break. When we come back, we're going to give you the Gordy Jones keys to the game, and we've got a really cool sponsor to do that. So we will be back here in just a moment. We'll take a break. You're watching Eagle Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call.
This is why you need our number in your phone.
This could be you! When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it. Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. We're just about set for the national anthem. Gives me 1 second to talk again about the countdown to kickoff sponsor, Precision Nutrition of Del City. Now remember, for all your nutrition needs in one shake or one tea, come to Precision Nutrition at 4603 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. And the Eagle Marching Band is on the field getting ready to perform our national anthem. And we will have that for you on the network here. So in one moment. Gordy, you're back with us here, and I'm going to try to figure out, I think I've got the right headset. Sorry, had the wrong headset there. Now I got you.
All right, check. I'm here, Colt. I'm here.
You caught your breath well.
I did.
It's a long walk up and down from those steps all the way down to the field and back.
It's a little hot out there, Colt. It's just a little stuffy, a little humid.
Compared to what it was 2 weeks ago.
Right. It was cold.
Yeah, you were shivering after the game, the last game, and now you're having a towel wiping sweat off your head. So.
Oh, literally. I thought about bringing a sweatshirt today. Thank goodness I didn't.
Well, while we're waiting for the band to play, we'll talk really briefly about what I was talking about before you got up here. This rivalry is still very much a thing, and these two teams, Coach Jones, you can see how fired up he is about it. It's a real deal, and so I think we're ready for the marching band. We'll get back to it here in just a moment, but we'll send it down to the Del City Marching Band for the national anthem.
Small pizzas will be available at the end of the game for only $5 each. We'd like to congratulate this week's Beacon Athlete of the Week, Caleb Blackwolf.
All right, I guess we're having some difficulties here getting the band rolling, so we will have the national anthem for you. But, yeah, Gordy, as I was saying, this rivalry is still very much a thing, and so it's fun to be a small part of it.
It is. Coach Jones actually talked on it, and which I really love, the fact that he gets so fired up still about it, and I know that he has a lot of different memories regarding this rivalry. You and I were talking about it earlier. I think both of us were able to witness a lot of these, contests growing up as kids, being able to be a part of this rivalry, especially being up here in the booth, getting to be a part of that is a special thing. Anytime we get to see these two teams match up against each other, it's just something, not only historical in the Mid-Dale area, but it means a lot to the players and to the coaches as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that these kids will remember forever.
Exactly.
Whenever they win this football game or lose it, whichever side you're on. So, all right, here we go. Now we can send it down.
Remove your caps for the presentation of colors and the playing of our national anthem. by the Del City High School and Midwest City High School marching bands. Please remain standing until the colors have been retired. Today's colors are being presented by Joint Junior Navy ROTC programs of Midwest City and Del City, and they include Commanding Officer Eliana Gomez, tonight's Commanding Officer, Lieutenant Junior Grade Officer Amari Price, Cadet Ronaldo Cortez, Master Sergeant Madison Pastrana, Staff Sergeant Sean Sangueza, and Senior Airman Joshua Donald. Please remain standing.
All right. Well done, as always, by the Del City Marching Band. And so now we can get to our keys to the game, Gordy, which we're always excited to do. And we've got a new sponsor for that tonight. So our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyline Mag. The stars of tonight's matchup aren't just winning on the field, they're hitting the headlines too. Keyline Mag will be featuring these amazing athletes, such as our player of the game from week 1 against Booker T. Washington, Caleb Blackwolf. You can check it out at keylinemagonline.com and be sure to subscribe for updates. And Gordy, what do we have? What are the Gordy Jones keys to the game tonight?
All right, I'm going to give you 3 keys to the game. I think talking to Coach Jones earlier, he gave me quite a bit of some of the same keys that I already had down, previously, and it was kind of humbling to see him actually mention some of those keys. So the first key that I got in no particular order: don't underestimate the opponent, and I mean ever. The reason why you don't underestimate an opponent, because regardless of the opponent's record, regardless of what the score was on the first game or the second game, you never want to underestimate any opponent, regardless of the record or the reputation. You have to respect the game, and that's the main thing. You respect your opponent, and you respect the game, and you go into it, thinking the same thing, and you try to stay on repeat as far as the things that you did well. So, and that leads me to my second key of the game. Let's keep building on everything that we did correctly and what led to success as a unit. Coach Jones touched on this as well, meaning that everything that we did, last week is building on, especially the defense. What he wanted to do is, get the receivers more involved. Like he said, he wanted to get Rickland Holmes more involved in the game. But like I said, just building on everything that they did successfully last week, even though it was a very convincing victory against Booker T. Washington. Like you said, there's still some room for improvement, and that's what the Del City Eagles are looking to do today. The third point, or the third key that I have to the game, is stay calm and collected in this rivalry. Take every play as if it's the most important one, and don't overlook any opportunities. Take advantage of every scoring situation and capitalize on any turnover. Like I said before, this is a big game. This is a huge game, as far as rivalries are concerned. And when you're going against an opponent like the Midwest City Bombers, you want to make sure and stay even-keeled, go into it with the same attitude. You take every play like it's the last one, meaning every play is important. Every down is important. Don't underestimate the opponent, like I said before, and you approach every down like it's the last one, and that way you stay focused and engaged, and, of course, that should lead to victory on the back end. And those are Gordy Jones's 3 keys to the game.
I love it. Del City's captains have taken the field for the coin toss. And before they get out there to center field, we'll go ahead and tell you about this one. Bucks Flight Academy is our new coin toss sponsor. They are led by Del City graduate Kenny Lockhart for affordable flight training from a private pilot through multi-engine ratings. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram and book a Discovery flight today. Give them a call at 405-538-1400. It's Bucks Flight Academy as our coin toss sponsor for tonight's matchup between Del City and Midwest City. The captains are on the field, the 3 that go out for the Eagles. You've got number 54, Arnico Daniels, number 6, Draquan Wright, and number 55, Arian Daniels. Of course, Ricklin Holmes, Josiah Chester, Caleb Blackwolf, and Nicholas Holmes also back there as well. I'm trying to decide, Gordy, if what Del City should do. Should they take the ball? What do you think?
Against Midwest City, it seems like a lot of big games that I tend to see, whether it be NFL, whether it be college football. I see a lot of teams wanting to take the ball first. I don't know if there's a philosophy behind that, but I usually think that an offense would want to get off to a fast start, trying to see if they could put some points or be the first person to put points on the board.
Mm-hmm. Does look like Del City won the toss. And the players went the wrong way. And we got it.
They got it figured out.
Del City will defer to the second half as the Whitehead almost took out our Midwest City microphone there. And Midwest City will be receiving. So Del City will be kicking from left to right on your screen. That is from the south to the north. So there we go. Well, folks, here in just a moment, we'll come back. We'll have some starting. Well, we'll go ahead and do it now because we're running out of time. So we'll go ahead and get to our key starting lineup players tonight, brought to you by our good friend Tom Fisher over at DC Transmission. They are a great sponsor for the Oklahoma Sports Network and the Del City Eagles. They have been serving the community for 48 years. They're located at 4737 Southeast 29th Street. And, of course, Tom Fisher is a Del City graduate himself. You have to take your car, take it to someone who's known. I mean, I've been through this. Whenever you have car trouble, a lot of people don't know who to take it to. You have to take it to somebody you can trust, and let me tell you right now, Tom Fisher is that guy. He is somebody you can trust over at DC Transmission. The key players for tonight on the starting lineups for Del City, how can we not start off with the player of the game from last game against Booker T. Washington? It's Caleb Blackwolf. He is going to be on both sides of the ball, running back and then also playing safety and linebacker on defense. He has been a superstar for Del City these last couple of years. Ricklin Holmes is the next guy that comes to mind. He will be in the backfield as well, sharing the load with Caleb Blackwolf as the Eagles are taking the field now, as you're seeing on your screen. The quarterback tonight should be Davion Sims, although we have not heard that confirmed. That is who it looked like taking first team snaps down there in the warm-ups. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to look for Nicholas Holmes out there at the cornerback position, and also Draquan Wright. I mean, these two guys have been really good, but the player that's really stuck out to me and also to Gordy against Booker T. Washington was Basil Gunter, number 22. Watch for him coming off the edge and pressuring the quarterback tonight for Del City. So those are your key starting lineup players for tonight's game. We've got 25 seconds until we're ready for kickoff here. The Del City band is playing. The players are fired up. The Bombers are taking the field right now. And, boy, I got to tell you, Gordy, there's a pretty big crowd here on the Eagle side. And the Bomber side, not quite filled in as well yet, but I'm hoping that more people will show up. We still see a lot of cars pulling in here, parking over there on the west side. So I bet you there'll be more people start to file in here as this game is getting underway.
No doubt, no doubt.
Well, Gordy, any final thoughts before we get going?
The final thoughts that I have, I really was thinking about just, as we were sitting here talking, Colt, I just really want to see what Del City is able to do as far as stretching this offense out, see if they're able to get their receivers involved, see if we can get Ricklin Holmes to, have a more of a key role in today's game. Like we said earlier, Caleb Blackwolf had an outstanding game, 5 touchdowns, 2 punt returns, 3 on the ground. I mean, you really can't ask for a better game than that as a player. I mean, it's a game of a lifetime to say the least. But like I said before, just looking to see what Dale City is going to be able to get out of this offense, because they have such a high-powered offense with all the receivers that they have, especially, the backfield that they have as well. Just really looking to see what they can get off, and hopefully they can get off and use those tools.
And I do believe, touching on what you said there, from what Coach Jones said, it might be an indication that the ball will be in the air a little bit tonight.
Right.
Because he wants to get Josiah Chester going.
Exactly.
I think it's been bothering him. They've not been able to get him going. So Del City kicking from left to right on your screen. This kickoff is brought to you by the Del City Chamber of Commerce. And, of course, the Del City Chamber of Commerce is the trusted resource for advocacy, education, and engagement to help you improve your business. Rickland Holmes will do the honor. Del City wearing their beautiful, bright red uniforms with white numbers and their black helmet with the DC logo on it. Midwest City wearing their white uniforms, black pants, and the black helmets with a gold M for Midwest City. It's a bouncing kick that is recovered at the 25-yard line and returned to the 32-yard line. Draquan Wright brings him down there, so the Bombers will set up shop at their own 31 to 32-yard line in that area. And the Eagle defense will take the field. This Eagle defense has been the story this season and also was really good last season. And I expect Midwest City to try to come up early and maybe throw something unique or different that you haven't seen on film early. Gordy, what do you think?
I'm thinking the same thing, Colt. Really, I was down on the field looking at number 28 and number 55, Arian Daniels, number 28, Jordan Wiley. These defensive linemen, they are really ready to get after it today. As you can see, they're starting off with this 4-man front.
Lincoln King, the quarterback for Midwest City, hands it off, running right and drilled by Nicholas Holmes. And did the ball come out? I don't think so. The handoff was to Ryan Holloway. He is a 5'10" senior for Midwest City. Expect him to take a lot of carries. And initially looked like he had a pretty good hole, Gordy, but, boy, he was popped.
I was thinking the same. Ryan Holloway able to make it through the middle, but looked like he had a little bit of daylight, but that hole quickly closed up.
Kind of disappeared as Nicholas Holmes came in and
laid the hat down.
Pretty good tackle. Del City showing a 4-man front defensively, 3 linebackers as they're showing pressure off the edge. Going to be a sweep play, and they ran right into Draquan Wright as he came off the edge, and another huge hit. Boy, the Eagles, you don't think they've been knowing about this being a rivalry game?
It looked like they knew. He was actually know that play was coming. Draquan Wright coming right off that right end, particularly right off their end too quickly, able to stop that back right in the backfield for a small loss.
So this is where Midwest City doesn't want to be, is 3rd and longs. This is where they've struggled. Lincoln King out of the gun, 3rd and 13. They need to get the ball to the 41-yard line. Going to go play action. Immediate pressure. Draquan Wright chasing him. He throws it, and, boy, it's underthrown. Good thing for Midwest City, because had that ball been on target, it would have been picked off going the other way by Josiah Chester.
Absolutely nowhere to go. Looks like he had to bootleg out to the left, but nowhere to run, nowhere to throw. Good job on the Del City by the defense.
A quick 3 and out for the Bombers, and Del City's defense picking up where they left off against the Hornets a couple weeks ago. And if you were wondering about any rust for the defense after a bye week, there's been none. It does not look like. The punter for Midwest City is their quarterback, Lincoln King. And this is a dangerous spot for any team, as Caleb Blackwolf has been dangerous. It is a high punt that is going to be kept away from Blackwolf. Nicholas Holmes has it. He slips, keeps his footing, gets a block, and pushes his way forward to midfield. And the Eagles will have good field position right at the 50.
Nice little return by Holmes on that one. Wondering myself if they were even going to be brave enough to kick it to Caleb Blackwolf this evening, but nice return by Holmes on that one.
You don't think that Midwest City maybe saw some film that Caleb Blackwolf is not who you want to kick it to? I think they did. But Nicholas Holmes is
he's no punk either. He's no punk either.
So here's the first look for the Eagle offense. Davion Sims is going to come out with Caleb Blackwolf to his left, 2 receivers to the left side, and Josiah Chester on the near side here. Midwest City defensively showing a confusing look as they're going to pitch it out to the left to Blackwolf. A slow developing play that's going to be successful for an Eagle first down right at the marker to the 40-yard line. Move the chains. First play, first down.
First play, first down. I love the quick pitch out to Caleb Blackwolf on that one, like just started right where he left off last week. Able to get on the outside and get that first down. Pretty good amount of space. Seems like the offensive line of Dell City is able to get a pretty good push against the Midwest City Bombers just starting off.
This time you got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Chester still on the very near side. He sends Blackwolf in motion to trips. Back to pass, a pump fake, going deep. It's Josiah Chester who he's looking for. Chester goes up, fighting for the ball. Could not get it, but the flag comes in from the back judge, and I believe that's going to be pass interference.
Just a little bit too much contact on there by the Midwest City D-back.
I'm trying to see a number on who was in coverage. I don't see it. Gordy, do you?
It may be a Davion. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Futter? Is that right?
Looks like 31.
Is that 31?
Was it 31? Or 21? That's 31, yeah.
It's 31. Sean Miller.
Okay, there we go.
I apologize.
No, you're good. I thought it said 21 too. So another first down for the Eagles. 2 plays in, and boy, we were on the money on that. Right off the bat, they're going right for Josiah Chester. Don't be surprised if they do it again here.
Like they had a matchup.
You're right. He hands it to Blackwolf. Flag comes in. What were you going to say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Watching the play, I think the matchup that they have against, it looks like a smaller D-back that they had, but looked like they tried to go the air early. Unfortunately, like I said, he was just a little bit aggressive on that coverage.
Del City going to get a procedure penalty that'll bring them back to the 30. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Eagles. Not what Coach Jones wants. He's upset about it. Those are the things that Del City has to clean up as they continue to move along in the season. Procedure penalties. They have had quite a few of those. That was really a problem against Edmond Memorial.
Edmond Memorial was almost atrocious, the amount of flags that they had, but last week they cleaned it up a little bit.
Davion Sims going to keep it around the left side, and he is brought down. No gain on the play.
Not really sure what he saw on that one. I thought that he was going to go ahead and hand that one off. Looked like they had a lot of space over here to the right side. Sometimes you kind of overthink things, and that probably would have one that he probably would have liked to have back.
Yeah, it looked like if he would have handed it to Blackwolf, probably would have had at least a couple yards.
Right.
I think you're right. He's got Quincy Hill and Josiah Chester on the near side, 2 receivers to the far side of the screen. Blackwolf still in the backfield with Simmons. Simmons back to pass again. Going to throw it, and that ball is over the head of Josiah Chester.
Simmons' pass intended for Chester falls incomplete.
Incomplete pass, just a little flat-footed on that one. Just a little bit too high on that one.
Kind of looked like maybe Simmons rushed it just a little bit. Didn't set his feet like you said.
One thing we know about Simmons, he definitely has a good arm, a super athletic quarterback. Learning the game, it's just one of those things where you kind of turn out to the flat. You got to kind of keep those shoulders a little bit more square.
Rickland Holmes checks into the game with Blackwolf. Blackwolf kind of lined up as a up back to the right side. Drops back, going to be a quick pass out to Chester, but the whistle will stop it. They were trying to run a bubble screen to Chester, but going to get another procedure penalty, which really backs the Eagles up. It'll bring it to about 3rd and 19.
Unfortunately, just a killer on that one. They were pretty good field position, but this one's going to move them quite a ways back, so it'll take quite a bit to get to that first down marker.
Yeah, ball spotted at the 34. They need to get to the Bomber 15-yard line. You know, where you're at on the field, you've got 2 plays to pick this up. And for Del City, you have to wonder, do you run another one of those? You kind of showed your hand a little bit on the screenplay. Do you maybe run the ball here, try to pick up what you can, see if you can't bust one, or do you try to put it in the air twice?
I see they're really trying to get the receivers involved in the game. That's a good thing, but unfortunately, the quarterbacks is not able to make those completions. Coaches seem like they really got a good thing going on, the plays that they're trying to run and the plays that they're trying to get involved in these passes, but it's really dependent on the quarterback, and it has to be accurate.
And the Eagles will take a timeout to talk it over. 3rd down and 19 coming up on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 9:12 left to go in quarter number 1, still tied at 0 between the Eagles and the Bombers from Robert Kalsu Stadium. I'm Colton Fleetwood alongside Gordy Jones. We welcome you. If you're just now joining, Del City got a 3-and-out to start it, and now they have the football 3rd and 19 at the Bomber 34-yard line. Need to get to the 15-yard line. The Eagles had a couple procedure penalties, and that's why they're in the predicament they're in now. Simmons will come out at the quarterback position. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. You would imagine Simmons will be putting this one in the air. You got 2 plays to pick it up as long as you don't lose yardage. Simmons back to pass. 4-man rush, has time. Steps into his throw. Has 2 men open. It's, incomplete. Black Wolf and Josiah Chester got behind the defense, and I think they maybe disrupted each other from catching the ball.
I think he got just a little bit at Black Wolf, just a little bit in Chester, just line of vision. Great decision by the quarterback to get it up. I think we had 2 receivers open on that play. Like you said, unfortunately, I think they got involved in the same path on that route.
Oh,
that's almost a killer. You really want to be able to have that pass back, but, I mean, just don't get any more wide open than that, Colt.
Yeah, and you would almost think that had to have been somebody ran the wrong route.
Right.
2 guys right next to each other.
A little too close.
So here we go. 4th down and 19. Need to get it to the 15. Same formation. Simmons back to pass. All-out blitz. He's got to get rid of it. Throws it up. Man-to-man coverage. It's overthrown. Incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs. He was looking for Nicholas Holmes in the end zone, and he had him. The ball just did not hit the mark.
Just a little too strong on that one. Great throw, but, I mean, we already know Simmons, like we said. We know this guy has an arm. We know he has the strength to do it. It's just really getting that timing down. Running those fade routes, it's really all about timing. You just can't really throw it up in the air. But unfortunately, hopefully, I'm sure they're so really, wanting to get this pass game going. So I imagine that we'll see that play again.
So the Midwest City Bomber offense back on the field, running trips to the near side. Ryan Holloway in the backfield with Lincoln King. King takes the snap. Back to pass. The left-handed quarterback goes over the middle. It is almost caught. It's incomplete, dropped by his one of his better receivers, Davion Cochran, the 5'9", 150-pound sophomore. They really like him, do the Bombers.
It was a nice route run by Cochran on that one. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on to the ball, but good job by the Dale City defense, able to break that pass up.
Lincoln King, pretty good ball right there. In fact, I think it should have been caught.
It was.
So going to go with a pistol look. Again, trips to the near side. Play action. Del City with a rush, and it is going to be a screen. And, boy, it's set up if Nicholas Holmes can't make the tackle. But Nicholas Holmes does enough to slow him up, and he waits for help, and Basil Gunner comes and cleans it up. Nicholas Holmes maybe saved a touchdown, Gordy.
Detective Holmes, he's on the case. Saved a touchdown, I mean, to say the least, Colt. He was able to hold on for dear life to those legs. But good screenplay by the Midwest City Bombers. We had the all-out blitz going on the Del City line, but cleared out just enough to get that ball off. Had perfect timing. Great job by Holmes, able to stop him short.
3rd and 6 for the Bombers. Boy, Midwest City running this trips look a lot now on this series, as they will stop. The offensive line will all stop, turn their heads to the sidelines.
A lot of signal play calling on the sideline by the Midwest City Bombers.
8:07 in the quarter, 5 seconds on the play clock. The Bombers have to hurry up to get this one off. 2 seconds. 1 second. And I think they're going to get a false start. You got to like it. I saw on the play there, I think Gylan King, number 12, he saw the play clock, and he was ready to jump on the play clock. He had his ears pinned back. That's smart. It's going to be a loss there, obviously, for the penalty. So now back to the initial line of scrimmage, which is back to the, let's call it the 34-yard line. They need to get the ball to the Eagles' 44, 3rd and 10. Let's see if the Eagles bring pressure.
Trips to the left one more time.
Yeah, they found something they like offensively in that formation. And another false start, this time on the receiver. So what they're trying to confuse the Eagles by having their offensive line pop up and look to the sidelines, Gordy. And, I mean, to me,
a little too much, Colt. Just a little too much.
I mean, yeah, I think there's a level of maybe overdoing it.
Right. And that's exactly what I was thinking. Sometimes a coach, I mean, it already takes a lot, as far as timing to get those play calling signals in. Nevertheless, trying to get the defense to jump off sides. It's a lot. It's a lot for kids this age.
So now they'll split the receivers out on the near side. 3rd and 15 for the Bombers. King going to get some pressure. Back to pass. Steps into the pocket. Has a big arm. Throws it over the middle. It's caught. First down, Bombers to the 41-yard line. Caught by number 12, Caleb Stevens. I thought it was going to be intercepted, and it somehow found the hands of Stevens for the first down.
Another great pass by Lincoln King on that one. Wasn't sure if that was a post route or not, but great reception as well. Like you said, Cole, I thought that it was going to be picked off, but put that ball right in that hole. Nice, pass and nice pitch and catch for the Midwest City Bombers, able to move that ball for the first down.
King is throwing the ball with a lot of confidence tonight, something we didn't see against Piedmont or Carl Albert.
Right.
Now he's going to hand it off up the middle. Eagles do a decent job defensively, hold him to a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Somebody got a hand on him immediately and slowed him down, I believe. I'll have to check that number. Is that 28? Yes, it is.
Yes,
it's Jordan Wiley.
I like what Midwest City Bombers are doing. Actually, they're really trying to get the passing game going, and they're having a lot of success. I think this really kind of catching the D-backs for the Dale City Eagles off guard, not really expecting this. This is probably something that you really didn't get to see on the 2 games of film that they probably watched this week.
The Eagles kind of scrambling defensively a little bit, trying to find their bearings, if you will. Unexpected snap. King corrals it. It's an option to the right. Last-minute pitch. Gets it out to his running back, Nicholas Holmes, again with another saving tackle, and it's going to be just shy of the first down. They'll call it 3rd and 2, marking it at the 32-yard line. Needed the 30, and I would imagine the Bombers have now 2 plays to pick this up.
Another good tackle by Holmes on that one. Going with the read option, of course, with the Midwest City Bombers, able to kind of use that fake and get on the outside of it. I mean, they're really kind of establishing a good run here as far as the possession that they've had on this one. Midwest City is kind of showing Dale City, like, we're not going to kind of, bow down and run and hide from anybody. We're going to show you guys what we got. And Dale City, they just really have to be ready for that.
A tight formation from the Bombers this time, and they're going to get a timeout. Midwest City will call it. Boy, Coach Washington is
fired
hot.
up.
He is hot about it. 5:38 left to go in quarter number 1. It's 0-0, but Midwest City showing some good life early as they're on the move. Stay with us on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers. If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us. This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's 3rd and 2 for the Bombers here. And about 5 minutes to go, they took the clock off the screen right as I was getting ready to tell you how much time's left. I think it's 5:09, if I remember right. 3rd and 2. The Eagle defense needs a stop. Bombers have come out with some different looks, a couple pass plays over the middle of the field. That's how they're in the situation they're in now. Tight formation again. King takes the snap, running an option to the right side. Dell City looks to sniff it out. They do. It will be a loss of yardage, about a loss of 1. Great job defensively by the Eagles. And Gordy, something I just noticed, I think they're trying to run the opposite way of where Rickland Holmes is.
I didn't even think about that, Cole. I was looking over to the left-hand side. I see Holmes was able to make that stop again, but I think you hit it dead on. They're really trying to do everything they can to avoid Mr. Holmes on that right side, but Dale City's kind of blitzing in where they're kind of crashing down, where I think Midwest City think they always have an option to bounce it on the outside, either with King or with Holloway.
Eagles showing a blitz look here. Again, a tight formation from Midwest City. King going to keep it himself. And, boy, it looked like he was going to be stuffed, but he found a hole, and he has the first down.
Good carry by King on that one. Able to find just a little crease to get up through and give the Bombers the first down.
Man, just a little delay on the quarterback draw, and I was actually incorrect. It was Xavier Young who came in and played the quarterback position and took that carry. So the Bombers will keep this drive alive.
On that one, they were actually running towards Rickland Holmes on that side. Of course, Rickland Holmes was going to blitz, but he used that crease just like to break it up inside the middle, kind of using a little fake handoff on that one.
Going with that trips look again to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Has a hole. Draquan Wright is the man to make the tackle, but it's another good gain to the 21-yard line. Ryan Holloway on the carry.
Another nice carry by Holloway.
You have to think this is exactly what the Bombers want offensively, is a long drive. You're running the clock. You've got Del City scrambling a little bit, and this is ideal for what the Bombers wanted coming into this football game. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Able to keep that high-powered offense off the field.
And some movement. I think this time they're going to get potentially – no, they're going to call it on Midwest City. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing to me, Gordy. I mean, if the guys are set and then they all pop up, I mean, to me, that's a –
You would think.
False start. I think the sideline official got that right. I mean,
yeah, he got it right. He got it right. You are not allowed to move on the offensive line whatsoever. We see a lot of different offenses running these types of offenses where they try to use these tactics to try to get the defense drawn off sides, but there's certain movements that you just cannot make.
So that wipes away that first down run for the Bombers. Helps the Eagles out. King going to go with that screen play again. Basil Gunter, the only man out there, able to kind of hold up Holloway enough, but not enough. Gets the first down to the 10-yard line. A hard run from Holloway. And that screen play, I mean, it was close to working the first time. This time it works, slipping through the hands of Basil Gunter.
Right. And Del City looks like they had a good approach to that. Unfortunately, they just weren't ready for the speed that Holloway was able to show. Gunter holding on for dear life on that tackle. Unfortunately, not able to kind of hold on to that jersey. So Holloway able to break free and get that Midwest City Bomber first down.
We understand we're having a little bit of trouble with the camera, having a slight delay to our voices. Apologize for that. We'll see what we can do to get it fixed. Being told by multiple people, so I do apologize about that. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Hands off again to Holloway. This time he's stuffed. Good job by the Eagle defense. Actually, I think he actually picked up a couple of yards. I thought he was stuffed initially right at the line of scrimmage, but it'll be a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 inside the 10 at the 9.
Nice dive play up the middle on that one, like you say, able to get maybe about 3 yards on that one. Ooh, almost 4.
Yeah, they gave him a better spot than what it looked like from up here. But I don't have a good look at it, obviously.
This is kind of one of those situations that the Del City Eagle defense really doesn't want to be in. I mean, I know it's kind of humid down there, so it's kind of giving them a little bit of tiredness.
Play action again. They're running that a lot. Throws it to the end zone. Intercepted! Caleb Blackwolf! Blackwolf on the loose. 30, 40, and he's tripped up by the quarterback. First down, Eagles up to the 45.
How about that? Caleb Blackwolf coming through, saving the touchdown, game-saving interception by Blackwolf. Almost had enough speed to make it over there to the end zone, but great interception nonetheless.
Caleb Blackwolf. Oh, he picks up where he leaves off. Last game against Booker T, 5 touchdowns, 2 of them on punt returns. Now a huge interception when the Eagles needed it most. A clutch play from Blackwolf.
Great read by Caleb on that one.
The Bombers have ran that play-action play 4 times now, where they come off and it's a left-handed quarterback and he throws it to the corner or tries to throw a slant route, and they just did it too many times as Del City was ready for it. Simmons out of the gun, brings Hill in motion from left to right. Waits till Hill is set, now takes the snap, hands it off to Holmes. Holmes does a good job avoiding the first tackler. Now he's going to hit the edge to the 50, 45. He's got space to the 35, 30. One man to beat. He beats him. Rickland Holmes. Touchdown, Del City. Boy, that changed quickly, didn't it?
What can you say about this kid? I thought he was down in the backfield. Del City able to break loose and get Rickland the yards that he deserved on that one. But, I mean, he just did so much work breaking off to that left side. I mean, he broke maybe 3 or 4 tackles on his way to the end zone. But Midwest City, they try to blitz and try to get through that line. They almost had Rickland Holmes in the backfield, but he was having none of that, Colt. He was able to get to the end zone, to the promised land that we call it.
Jordan Ely will attempt the point after. Did miss a couple in the last game. This one didn't look pretty, but it worked. It's good. 7-0 the score. Rickland Holmes with the big play after the interception by Black Wolf. We'll be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City on top, 7-0 with 2:04 left to go in the first quarter. And we're getting ready to get a kickoff here from Rickland Holmes, brought to you by the Del City Chamber of Commerce. And that scoring recap brought to you by our good friends over at Madison's Country Cooking. I'm going to let Gordy tell you all about that here in just a moment after the kick. A bunch of our crew members got to go eat at Madison's before the game, and I asked one of them if it was any good, and all they could do is say, That's it. That tells you all you need to know right there, folks.
Dale City recovers.
Oh, the Eagles are fired up now.
Perfect timing with the onside kick. I don't even think that we were ready for that one, Colt. Dale City uses that, perfect timing. You really can't ask for a better onside kick than that one.
Oh, man, the Eagles are cooking. And when we talk about cooking, we're going for Madison's Country Cooking.
Madison's Country Cooking. Oh, let's say that was your scoring recap brought to us by Madison's Country Cooking. The key phrase this week is Battle of Sooner Road, and that will get you 10% off all purchases this week, open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sunday and Monday. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Breakfast served all day. So go and get you some free Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day as well. So that's awesome. Madison's Country Cooking.
And that touchdown by Rickland Holmes. He's got the ball again. He's on the loose again. Midwest City doesn't want to tackle him. Oh, but he fumbled. And, somebody for the Eagles jumped back in there and got on top of it. Man, nobody wanted to touch Rickland Holmes. And as I said that, the safety came in and stripped the football. But Del City was fortunate enough to get back on top of it. Great heads-up play. I think it was Quincy Hill who was able to get back on top of that football.
It was a great run by Rickland Holmes on that one. I really thought he was ever going to bust that one loose. Unfortunately, put the ball on the ground, but recovery by Dale City, which keeps them in the drive.
Yeah, now they did call a hold, so none of that will matter, unfortunately. But, man, Rickland, you can tell the physical style of his run, Midwest City's not a huge fan of.
He has sort of a bounce to his game, and that's one thing I kind of love about Rickland Holmes. He keeps those feet moving, but he keeps, like I said, his head forward and keeps that defense, a little scared to put some hands on him, what it looks like.
So what was a 15-yard gain will now only be about a 2-yard gain for Del City based off where the flag was thrown. So 1st down and 8 for the Eagles. In the backfield with Simmons is Black Wolf. Rickland will come to the sideline for a moment to catch a breath. Snap back. Hand off to Black Wolf. Black Wolf's got some room to run. He hits the edge to the 35, puts a move onto the 30, and brought down at the 24-yard line. Another Del City 1st down. Caleb Black Wolf.
Good carry by Black Wolf on that one. Del City is choosing to establish the run game other than what they came out that first drive. They were trying to establish the passing game, but Rickland Holmes and Caleb Blackwolf are doing an outstanding job of moving the football pretty much at will. Midwest City, they're trying to blitz that linebacker where they're kind of leaving themselves a little bit more susceptible to these long runs, especially on the outside.
Del City on the verge of getting into the red zone for the first time tonight offensively. Handoff again to Blackwolf. Blackwolf does the trick inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Gordy, tell us about our red zone sponsor.
Our red zone sponsor is brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamara. So have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. That is your red zone Bail Bonds by Tamara.
Good pickup of about 6 yards for Blackwolf. Now Rickland Holmes will check back in. And, boy, it's got to be a little bit deflating because you go from Blackwolf, who's putting the moves on you, running around you, and then you got Rickland, who's going to run right through you. As a high snap. Great job by Simmons to corral it. Hands it to Rickland Holmes. And just as we're talking about running somebody over, Rickland laid the boom. Brought down at the 7. Now there is a flag on the play again. The white hat threw it, it appears.
I love the force, though, that Rickland Holmes is running with today. Of course, Caleb Blackwolf, they are, both of these guys, you can't even say thunder and lightning. It's almost like thunder and thunder. These guys are bringing the hat and bringing that physicality to the game each carry.
Well, I got to tell you, I didn't see the hold.
Didn't see the hold, Cole.
I saw it the last time, I thought, but I was hoping that they would let it go.
It must have been like way later in the play.
Well, I'll be darned. So that'll bring Del City back to the 27-yard line. It'll be second down and 13 now for the Eagles. Man, a big physical run by Rickland Holmes. That's twice they've been taken away. Del City now with their 4th penalty of the ball game. Again, they've got to clean that up.
Got to clean it up. It's a killer, unfortunately. They had to move back in prime scoring positions a few times tonight.
25 seconds left to go in the quarter. Simmons back to pass. Throws a quick screen out to Josiah Chester. Chester has 3 bombers out there waiting for him, and he's brought down at we'll call it the 26.
Good pursuit on the defense by Midwest City, able to kind of close that down a little bit early. Still choosing to go with that blitz up the middle. I think they're more worried about these runs that Blackwolf and Rickland Holmes are able to pull off.
Yeah, you would think, and that'll do it for the first quarter. You do think the Bombers might start trying to really load the box.
They are.
Force Del City to throw the ball. We'll find out how it works out for them. Del City has a 3rd and long coming up, leading at 7-0, trying to add on over the Bombers. You're watching Del City Eagle football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network here for quarter number 2. This first half is brought to you by one of our favorite sponsors, quite frankly, one of my favorite sponsors. I'm going to be there eating after the game, so if you want to stop by and say hello, love to see you. It's Whataburger. Whataburger of Midwest City off 15th Street welcomes you to come by after the game for a free medium French fry. That's with any purchase. So all you got to do, order a Coke, you're going to get a free medium fry. What you have to do is say you're with Del City High School and the Eagles sent you. Only good on game day, only at the 15th Street location, our first half sponsor. And I want to note something really quick as the referees are going to have a conversation here. 3rd and long for the Eagles. In the break, Christy Cooper, a teacher that I've met several times, got an award for Teacher of the Week here at Del City, and you would have thought the Eagles scored a touchdown. This side of the audience went crazy.
She's beloved.
That tells you what you need to know right there about Miss Christy Cooper. That was really, really cool. 3rd down and 13 for the Eagles. Simmons out of the gun. Blackwolf in the backfield with him. Midwest City blitzing. Del City picks it up initially, and then the second effort got it, and, boy, they're going to call this a fumble. I thought Simmons' arm was coming forward.
Thought it looked like it was coming forward. Looks like Jakari Fletcher able to get through and bust that one up just a little bit. I think he kind of caught the quarterback off guard. Thought he had the arm going forward, but I think he may be able to knock that ball out just as the quarterback was getting ready to release.
Boy, our replay there brought to you by Triple Elite. It looked like to me, again, his arm looked to be coming forward. I mean, unless he lost the ball, and it was hard to see from the angle just looking at it on the screen, but nonetheless, it's going to be Midwest City Bomber football, and that's a huge play for the Bombers because, boy, they were starting to look like if they go down 2 scores, are we going to be in for what we saw last season? You could see it written all over their faces. You could see it in their stands from here. Now they're right back in this football game with life. 11:52 in the second quarter, only trailing by 7. Hands it to Holloway. The Eagles are flocking all around him. Nowhere to go. Loss of about 4. Boy, the Eagles got back there quick.
They got back there quickly. Really impressive on that defensive line. Nice tackle by Holloway. 2nd
down and 14 for the Bombers. And the Eagles defensively on that last drive. I mean, Gordy, I looked at you during the break and I said, man, I'm starting to get a little nervous.
Right.
This is not the game we thought we were going to see. And the Eagle defense after the interception, that's the first play. Maybe they just needed a little spark.
We got us a rivalry game here, Cole, so I'm really expecting both of these teams not to give up anything.
Back to pass as King. Throws over the middle. Intercepted.
Perfect.
Caden Johnson. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Del City. 2nd interception for King. First one by Black Wolf. This one by Caden Johnson, who gets better by the week.
Better by the week into the house, to say the least.
11:04 remaining in the second quarter.
Del City with a 2-possession lead now, 13-0. Waiting for the extra point, and Gordy, I'll tell you this is what we wanted to see.
That's what we wanted to see. Lincoln King, he came out. I mean, he had a good thing going. We've seen a great arm by this kid, and that's, one thing that Midwest City really had going for him early on. King was able to get those, passes out and get him to those receivers. But now I think Del City is starting to be a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more comfortable. I see they're reading the quarterback's eyes pretty well, and he's able to get his second touch of this, the second interception of the game. But this one is all the way to the house, Colt. Love it, love it.
A line drive kick is good. 2 for 2 for Ely. 14-0 our score. The Eagles starting to really fly from Robert Kalsu Stadium. We'll be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Nice.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City 14, Midwest City nothing with 11:04 left to go in the second quarter. Another interception, this one by Caden Johnson for the touchdown. Ricklin Holmes puts the ball on the tee for the Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff. And now the Bombers, I would imagine, are waiting for an onside kick after the last one, so they might be more aware. Let's see if Ricklin Holmes has any more tricks up his sleeve. Ricklin has become such a good kicker.
Definitely.
This time he really drives the football. A high end-over-end kick. It is fielded by, is that Lincoln King out there, their quarterback? Brings it to the 20, and he was drilled by Walter Franklin.
Good stop by Walter Franklin on that one. Let's see if the Del City defense can do it again, Colt.
Well, I'm confused on who returned that kick. That was definitely number 2. And Lincoln, it was their quarterback, Lincoln King.
Lincoln King.
That threw me off for a second. You don't see too much of that. So here we go. Midwest City, you have to think Coach Washington's thinking, listen, we have to score on this drive. This game's going to start to get away from us. And, again, not to keep – if there's any Midwest City folks listening, I'm not trying to rub it in.
But there has to be a sense of urgency here, Colt.
Yeah, I mean, last season 62-6, 53-14, 2023.
Yeah, it can get out of hand quickly.
Exactly. So you've got to try to make a play.
With the way the Del City offense is clicking, especially the last, week, I assume that they're looking to, drive it home pretty quickly.
King with the option. Gets it out to Holloway. Being chased by Rickland Holmes. Nope, not on my side, Rickland says. And there's going to be no gain on the play. Boy, did Rickland close fast on that.
1-on-1. Number one versus number one. We've seen speed from both guys, but Rickland Holmes, he's not to be stopped. And he kind of showed Holloway, what Del City football is all about on that stop.
Man, that's how you see that the difference between D1 right there.
Right,
Division I athlete. I mean, most players right there in open space with a linebacker chasing you, you're going to pick up 5 yards, maybe 10, and instead with Rickland Holmes, you're getting nothing.
Nothing.
Big time play. High snap. King does a good job to corral it, and he stays on his feet because he had an eagle right in front of him, and now he's got the sideline. A great run, great effort by Lincoln King. And he picks up, trying to see the official. Well, he stepped out of bounds. I guess he stepped out of bounds at the 25-yard line, so only a pickup of 5.
Oh, man, really earlier than I thought it was. Bombers choosing again to go with that read option.
Out of bounds at the 25.
Man, Del City, that is maybe the one thing we've seen defensively is some missed tackles, not bringing guys down on initial. I mean, Rickland Holmes has. Nicholas Holmes has done a good job, but a couple guys on the interior defensive line have struggled to bring guys down on first contact. So that's something they'll need to address. 3rd and 5, big play for the Bombers. King back to pass, bringing pressure. It's a screen over the middle, incomplete. Great job by Draquan Wright. He closed on that quickly. He was trying to hit Davion Cochran, one of their more explosive young receivers, and was unable to catch it cleanly. Even if he had caught it, he would not have picked up the first down. Punting unit comes out. It'll be a 3 and out for the Bombers.
Good stop by the Del City defense on that one. Just try to run that screen play, again, but great job to break that up.
Now, the punter for Midwest City is the quarterback, Lincoln King, so beware of a fake. If there was ever going to be a fake, this would be a spot you might see one. So Del City needs to have their head on a swivel. Midwest City, if they do punt it away, they better be ready to cover it because Caleb Blackwolf and Nicholas Holmes are back there ready to take it to the house.
That's a dangerous return team right there, Colt.
It's a clean kick. This one going straight to Blackwolf. He's going to have time to return it. Gets a block from Chester. Hits the left side. Good job by Midwest City to cover it, but still a good return, good field position up to the 43-yard line for Del City.
Takes it out to the Bombers' 42-yard line.
So this Del City offense, they've had some struggles tonight. They've had a little bit of trouble, especially in the passing game. They've just not been able to get that going. I know Coach Jones wants to see them hit a shot, and he mentioned it. I mean, he wants to get Josiah Chester going so desperately.
Besides Chester, they have so much talent on the receivers, and I think we talked about that the last couple of weeks. I mean, really wanting to get these guys involved, and I know these receivers, they're hungry to get involved in the game. Really, it's always, like we talked about earlier, it's really on the quarterback to, try to be as accurate as possible, and I assume that the coaches really want to go back to that game plan that they initially had that first drive.
And mind you, Davion Sims has not played a ton of football at quarterback for the high school team, so this is an adjustment for him as well. Hands it off to Rickland Holmes. Rickland has a hole, stiff arm. Takes 5 Bombers to take him down, gain of 9.
Punishing again, once again. It's another nice run by Holmes on that one. I think Del City is really doing a good job. I mean, to say they've established the run would be, an understatement. But they're able to, like I said, control the ball, control the time of the game, and Rickland Holmes just, running with force tonight. And just like I said, I can't really say enough about this guy's ability.
Now with it being 2nd down and 1, this could be a spot where maybe you go play action and try to hit a deep route. Let's see. Bombers are giving a lot of space, though, so it might be tough to hit one over the top. Hand off to Holmes. Reliable. Gets the first down. Fighting, pushing to the 25-yard line. Man, Rickland Holmes, he's putting a bruising, slobber knocker performance.
Slobber knocker, to say the least. I love it, though. I really like, that the Del City O-line is really able to kind of control and hold up this. I mean, defensive linemen for Midwest City, they're pretty really good sized guys out there, but Del City is really able to, establish their dominance and get Rickland and, Caleb Blackwolf involved.
Daquan Washington has just checked in the game for Midwest City, trying to get some size. Listen to this. 6 feet, 325-pound junior.
Jeez.
Woo. Try moving him. It's going to be tough to do. A tight formation for Del City. A direct snap straight to Black Wolf. Black Wolf running along the left side, following blockers, picks up a gain of about 4. This is, I think, Del City now, they're realizing they can just run the football.
Right.
And they don't think Midwest City can stop that.
Deciding to go with that pistol formation, and I would do, if I was a coach, I'd probably do the same, trying to keep the ball in Black Wolf and in Holmes' hands. That way, I think you feel a little bit more safe, especially on this drive. There's quite a bit of time left in the second half, but now you can see Del City is really using what they can to kind of control the ball game and keep the ball out of Midwest City's possession.
Now, Davion Simmons is not even in the football game here, so Black Wolf again is going to take this snap. He's got Gunter to his left, Oko to his right. They're blocking for him in front. Black Wolf lowers the shoulder and knocks down one bomber, gets the first down to the 14, call it the 13-yard line. Another physical run. Del City going right at the Bombers now.
Great physical run. Another great physical run by Caleb Black Wolf. I love the pistol formation with these guys in it. That's just a dangerous backfield like we've been saying all day. But, like I said before, these guys are really controlling the game well using this running game.
Del City had a little confusion offensively who they wanted out there. 12 seconds on the play clock, 7.5 to go in the half, and Del City going to call a timeout. There was a lot of confusion there. I'm a little surprised they tried to change things. Didn't look like Midwest City had an answer for that, and they were trying to switch things up offensively, so they'll take a timeout and talk about it. While they're taking a timeout, we'll take a timeout. 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in quarter number 2, brought to you by Whataburger. It's 14-0, Del City on top on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. That was a quick break. Del City's offense back out on the field. 1st and 10. They are going to switch it back with Simmons in the backfield at quarterback. Black Wolf offset to the right. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Draquan Wright is lined up to the left side. Excuse me, if I can talk. Flag comes down immediately, and Black Wolf was taken down quickly as well. His helmet came flying off.
Not sure if that was a busted play or if it was the penalty that made the play look like that.
A decent conversation.
Taken down by number 8, Fletcher.
It is a hold. Boy, I didn't think that there was any way that could have been a hold.
It was so quick, Cole.
That flag came out before the play started.
Right.
I'll be darned. That was kind of weird.
I think our refs got a little bit of a quick trigger tonight.
Yeah, I think the Del City coaches are wondering kind of the same thing. That flag came out before right as the snap happened. Interesting. 1st down and 20. It moves Del City back to the 23-yard line. They need to get the ball inside the 5. Simmons a snap. He's going to pass this time. Looking right. Caught. Draquan Wright inside the 20, down to the 18, maybe the 17-yard line. Good, confident pass.
Nice pitch and catch. Just a little something to get some confidence going for the quarterback. That's all it takes, Cole. Just repetition for one, and really, I'm sure the quarterback was a little bit excited going into that, first quarter, but all you got to do is relax, make sure you've done this your whole life. Just make sure and play pitch and catch, get those feet set, get that ball out to the receiver quickly.
We are back into the red zone, brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamara.
Red zone brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamara. So, have you missed the ball on play calling? Bail Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110.
Throwing a fade to the end zone. Caught by Josiah Chester. Are you kidding me?
What a great catch by Chester. I mean, finally, I think he gave Coach Jones what he wanted, getting Chester involved in the game. And like we just said before, now it looks like the quarterback has a little bit more confidence, and this should, boost his confidence a lot more. Great precision pass, great getting it over the top. I mean, phenomenal catch by the receiver.
Oh, a thing of beauty right there, and that's what you want to see. Josiah Chester, folks, we talked about it last year. John and I did. He's a future Division I player. You just got to find a way to get him the ball.
Right. He has a tremendous skill, as you could tell.
Snap back, hold down, kick up, kick good. 21-0. The Eagles starting to pour it on their rivals. We'll be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Back with you here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City on top, 21-0 over Midwest City. It is a Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff by Rickland Holmes. There's been one onside kick tonight. That's the thing for Rickland. He can do it all.
Right.
A high, almost a pooch kick to the 15-yard line. Received and almost a good return past the 30 to the 32. Boy, a shoestring tackle kept that from going a long ways. Chris Crawford on the return. And Gordy, that touchdown by Josiah Chester, that is his first of the season.
First of the season.
Simmons with the great pass there as well to give him the chance to go up and get it, man-to-man coverage in the fade. And
nice dime. I love Simmons on that one. Like I said, the kid's getting his confidence up, and that's great for, Simmons and Chester. And that'll bring you our scoring recap. The score is 21-0 with Del City leading. And your scoring recap is brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking. The key phrase this week is Battle of the Sooner Road, and that will get you 10% off all purchases. This week, open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sunday, Monday, breakfast, lunch, dinner specials. Breakfast served all day. Free Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day. That is Madison's Country Cooking.
Handoff on the right there. Only a couple of maybe two, at least 2nd and 8 for the Bombers. Del City's defense, they were bending a little bit. When the game was tied 0-0, Bombers were driving.
My thoughts exactly, Colt. Bombers had a good drive in the first drive, so let's see if they can try to get some of that confidence back and do what they came out to do in the beginning.
Now this is a must score here as King is sacked. He stepped into the pocket right into the pressure. He was brought down by number 11, Jalen Andrews, a sophomore.
Good job. Good tackle by Andrews. Able to get in the backfield pretty quickly. Really wasn't an all-out blitz. Del City decided to go along with that 4-man front. They kind of switched back and forth between that and the 3-3-5. But that way, that time, he was able to bust through and, like I said, make that quarterback sack for no gain whatsoever.
3rd and 11. The Bombers have to feel desperation here. This game can get out of hand quickly if they don't figure something out. It's a pass. It's caught, but drilled. Black Wolf immediately on the tackle, right in the hip pocket of Caleb Stevens. It'll be 4th down, and again, another 3 out. Midwest City wastes no time, sends the punt unit out. And
nice tackle by 5 out there.
Tell you what, started to get some flashbacks to the last 2 seasons, Gordy, where Del City has really put it on the Bombers, and you feel like this one is about to turn the same way.
You can literally see the confidence level just going up for the Del City Eagles. I think they have it established that they're not really going to give up anything any more than they did, especially that first drive.
Yeah, it's almost like you got us a little bit, but
right.
No more.
No. A little offsides right
King
here.
is not even going to get this. Going to throw a flag on a false start. Boy, that false start, that might have been the best false start penalty in the history of false starts.
Saved him. Rickland Holmes, his timing was down perfect. I think he was, the first one across the line. I think he probably thought it was offsides on him, but lucky for him, Midwest City with the false start, and Dale City will move them back just a bit.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I think that Lincoln King was very thankful for
right.
that right there. Might owe him a carton of milk at lunch tomorrow in the cafeteria.
Ugly. It was about to get ugly up in there.
They're coming after it again. King gets it off quickly this time. It's a pretty good punt.
Not a bad punt.
Well, I say that. It's a good punt because there's no return, but the ball went straight out of bounds to the right side.
Right at the midfield marker again for the Dale City Eagles. Give them perfect position.
And the line judge will stop right there at the 46-yard line. That's where Dale City will set up shop. Good field position again. Already up 21-0. 3:57 left to go in quarter number 2. And this first half, both quarter number 1 and quarter number 2 have been brought to you by Whataburger. Whataburger of Midwest City off of 15th Street welcomes you to come by after the game for a free medium French fry with any purchase. Just say you're with Dale City High School and that the Oklahoma Sports Network sent you, or tell them the Eagles sent you. They'll honor both. Only good on game day, though, only at the 15th Street location. Again, I'll be there after the ball game tonight. Come by, say hello.
Colt will sign an autograph for you guys if you come through for sure.
It'll be worth the same amount as my pen right here. And this pen has no ink left, by the way.
No, he's lying, folks. He's lying.
Simmons, the snap, flag down, hands it to Black Wolf. Black Wolf lowers the shoulder, drives past the 40, and we'll have to check the flag. It was a pickup of 6 if it holds. It will not hold.
I think penalty is going to be a part of each drive, unfortunately.
Call an illegal formation this time. Boy, Coach Jones is not happy. That is, I believe.
It's a killer, unfortunately. I say that a lot, unfortunately, but they are kind of getting, shooting themselves in the foot each time that these guys have had these possessions.
Is that the 8th penalty, I think, on the Eagles?
Could be.
If I'm not mistaken, that's number 8.
Just, week 3, so to speak. So I know it's still a lot to clean up.
Simmons' confidence, he's 2 for his last 2 passing.
Yeah.
You might think about putting the ball in the air.
I mean, it's the perfect weather. I was thinking, for a kid like this, I mean, there's not a lot of wind. Give that kid another chance. I mean, we're able to see the receivers of Dale City able to kind of get the space that they need. And then I think I would probably be a little bit worn out if I was the DBs for the Midwest City Bombers. They kind of been running back and forth on the field quite a bit. So
they called a false start.
Between these penalties, they're getting quite a bit of a rest.
Flag on the play.
Interesting. Yeah, called another false start. Coach Jones is not happy about that one.
It's pretty frustrating.
I didn't see anything, Gordy. I was looking right down the line. I did not see a thing. I don't know what the call was that time, to be totally honest with you. I'm not arguing the call. I just didn't see it.
No, it just seems like with these hand signals, I think every time that they kind of look over at the coach, that's kind of giving the referees, the notion that it might be a false start.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's a quick pass out to Josiah Chester, and Josiah Chester's off and running. Flag down again. Chester inside the 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown Eagles. I don't think it's going to stand, though.
Didn't really see the penalty there, Cole. I had my eye dead on it, but didn't really see what the penalty was. I guess we'll find out here.
The flag is thrown right at the 42.5-yard line.
Didn't really even see a lot of red shirts in that area.
Folks, you at home can see the replay. You'll know if there was a hold or not. I didn't see it. I was watching the ball, so I don't know, but it is a hold. That will waive points off the board for Dale City, and a great play from Josiah Chester. Now Josiah has to try to catch his breath a little bit. 3:24 to go in the half. 21-0 Dale City. Was almost 27-0 after that play, but it got called back.
Great run by Chester. Oh, just a killer, unfortunately.
First down and 16 from the Eagle 48.
So now first down again for the Eagles. We'll do it again. Backed them all the way up to the 48.
Still not sure who that holding penalty was on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It had to have been a receiver downfield, I would imagine. Holmes and Black Wolf both in the backfield with Simmons. Simmons going to hand this one off to Black Wolf. Black Wolf, a lot of room, gets past the initial sticks, gets it down to the 42-yard line. This will bring up second down and manageable for Del City. So
great yards by Caleb on the read. I love the read option. You know, when you have two backs like that in the backfield, it really gives you multiple options. But right up the middle, Caleb Black Wolf running with straight force, and I love it.
Yeah, now it's second down and 6, 2.5 minutes left to go in the half. Simmons out of the gun, Holmes to his left. One receiver to the far side, two to the left, has an up back there with him right in front of Black Wolf. Blitz coming, quick throw out to Franklin. Franklin looking for a blocker, past the 40 to the 35, cuts back to the 30, inside the 30 to the 25. Now a bunch of Bombers get to him. It's an Eagle, first down, gets Walter Franklin involved.
A lot of patience shown by Franklin on that run. I really love when you have a runner when they receive the ball, whether it be a receiver, whether it be a running back or anything like that, waiting on your blockers, waiting to break free. He was able to kind of make something, I wouldn't say out of nothing, but he was able to get more yards on being so patient and waiting on those blocks and even kind of spacing himself out from those defenders. Great run by Franklin.
Boy, Midwest City's defense, a lot of hands on hips right now. They're tired. They've been on the field a lot. Their offense gave them one good drive in the first quarter, but other than that, they've been out there for the most part. Black Wolf going to take this direct snap this time, running right with Ricklin Holmes blocking right in front of him. Hits a crease inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. A shoestring tackle maybe saved a touchdown there as we're down to 1:38 and moving. Second down and 3 for Del City coming up.
Nice patience shown by Black Wolf again on that run.
And we are inside the red zone, which is brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamra. Excited to every time. She's going to get her money's worth on this. I'll tell you what, because there is going to be a lot of Eagles in the red zone this season, the way this is looking. So
I
think this time it's Simmons back there at quarterback. Brings one man in motion. It's Josiah Chester from right to left. 1 minute exactly left to go in the half. Quick pass out. Gets this one to Quincy Hill. Quincy Hill puts a move on. Now he's going to get to the outside. He stumbled on his own feet. He gets inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. He had a blocker. Had he not stumbled, I think he was going to get into the end zone. He'll be kicking himself later for that one.
Right, nice swim move by Quincy Hill on that run. I know he was probably, throwing fits as he wasn't able to make it to the end zone, but really nice move on that one. Great move by Del City right in the red zone.
45 seconds. Del City not in a huge hurry as of right now. Black Wolf, there we go. Timeout called by Midwest City. As Black Wolf is running the play, did they not give it to him? Touchdown, Del City? No, now there's whistles.
It looks like they're going to give
Sorry,
it to him
I did not see the whistles initially. So, yeah, timeout, it was the right call. Coaches were out on the field begging for a timeout long before that ball got snapped. So they'll give it to him. 35 seconds to go in the half. Clock has stopped. Del City on the verge of going up 4 scores into the locker room. We'll be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Yeah.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
We'll give you our red zone. Bail Bonds brought to you by Tamra. So, have you missed the ball on paying the ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamra at 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of service to the community. Hopefully you never need her, but if you do, red zone, Bail Bonds by Tamra.
Black Wolf hands it to Ricklin Holmes. Ricklin Holmes into the end zone, turns around and points and says, yep, nobody wanted to tackle me. 4 touchdown lead for Del City, 27-0 with 35 seconds left to go in the half.
First touchdown of the night.
And I don't think it'll be long before we start to see people head to the exits on the other side. Man, Del City, this is a, this team maybe not as good as the one from 2 years ago.
Right.
That is really hard to beat. But the thing about this team is there's some youth on this team, especially on the O-line, defensive lines. This team is going to continue to get better. That's what's scary about it.
Exactly, Colt. They're exciting and they're athletic. I mean, that's just a dangerous combination to say the least. But my favorite part about the Del City Eagles is the speed. These guys got some speed, and they're really showing like the tenacity and toughness that they have on this run game. And, of course, we see our quarterback Simmons getting some confidence putting the ball in there as well. Great job by the Del City offense tonight.
27-0 our score. We're going to stay with you here. No break. 35 seconds left to go till halftime. And we're getting ready to get a Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff. We'll go ahead and tell you really quickly about that recap there. Rickland Holmes with the touchdown. It is brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking. The key phrase this week is Battle of Sooner Road, and that will get you 10% off all purchases. This week, they're open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday, and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sunday and Monday. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Breakfast served all day. Free Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day. How about that? Man,
That's
you can't
nice.
beat that deal.
I'm telling you.
Madison's Country Cooking, and Rickland Holmes is the man behind that scoring recap. He's also the man behind this Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff. Now for the Bombers, you just have to, I'm sure if you're Coach Washington, you're saying, guys, please just take care of the ball. Let's not go down any more scores here. Going into the locker room. Let's see if Rickland Holmes decides to kick it deep or if he kicks something short.
Keeping him
somewhat of a pooch kick that goes out of bounds. Worst kick of the night for Rickland. That's rare for him as he just kind of hangs his head like, darn it.
Not sure if he meant to do that on purpose. But Midwest City, they've done a good job of taking care of the ball besides, the couple of interceptions. I assume that they'll probably elect to kind of keep it on the ground and go into the half with just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, and, Lincoln King, when the game first started, throwing the ball, he had some confidence.
Right.
I mean, he was stepping into his throws, hitting his guys, and then he threw a couple interceptions, and he's almost gotten a little, pardon the phrase, gunshot.
A little gunshot.
And I think that for him, this, as a coaching staff, you're down 27-0.
Right.
At this point, you kind of know, you're probably not going to win the football game. This is a rivalry. We don't want to get totally embarrassed, but at the same time, the last two seasons have been embarrassing right here. You probably want to try to work through some things.
Definitely establish something. Just get something going. Anything positive is good.
Back to pass is King. He's feeling pressure. Rolls left, tries to set his feet, throws it. Dane, I think
nowhere
he just
to go.
threw it away. Yeah.
Just nowhere to go. Good job by the Del City Eagles secondary by covering up pretty much every receiver that they had out there.
Second down and 10 from the 35.
Guyland King was in there on the pressure. Kind of looked like he maybe slowed up there at the end.
I see Coach Jones down there talking to him, giving him a nice little conversation. Not really sure what exactly happened there, but King was able to get through and, put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
7 seconds went off the clock on that play, so 28.2 seconds left to go in the half. Taking a while to get this play in are the Bombers. 15 seconds to go on the play clock. I like the fact they gave King an opportunity to throw it. I would imagine they do so again here.
Right. You got to take a chance, Colt.
Going to run a quarterback draw. That's going nowhere. Fooled nobody.
Nobody. No. Sometimes when you run those draw plays, that's kind of one of the things that's always a kicker. Draw plays are all about timing. I know you see that blitz coming, and I know you see, kind of those red shirts kind of swarming, but you really have to give the chance of the play to develop, and that way, open up those draws.
And I think Midwest City's good. They're going to go ahead and just say, let's take it to the locker room. As the clock expires of the first half, Del City 27, Midwest City 0. The Eagles poured it on in the first half. We still got another half to go. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have a halftime show. Gordy and I will recap the first half, talk about what we might see in the second half, and then we'll also get to show the presentation by the band. But right now, actually, we're not going to take a break. I beg your pardon. We've got some halftime show right now, and the halftime show, I'll go ahead and tell you who it is. It's Madison's Country Cooking. And again, the key phrase this week is Battle of Sooner Road, and that'll get you 10% off all purchases. We're going to send the camera down to the field. There'll be no sound here for just a few moments, but we'll send it down to watch this halftime performance. All right, that was your Eagle Palm Squad there. Now the band will take the field. This will be Midwest City's band. So this is what's cool about this this rivalry is the bands do come together, and they put together a fun performance. So we will, again, keep it on the field. Our halftime sponsor tonight is our good friends over at Madison's Country Cooking. Tell you again about them. They are open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sunday and Monday. They have breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Breakfast served all day. And listen, we're still a couple months away from it, but they give out a free Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day. That is awesome. Really cool for Madison's Country Cooking.
Right.
They are our proud halftime sponsor. A lot of our crews went there today before the game, and they said it was delicious, which is the feedback I've gotten from everybody I've talked to. So that's really cool. So I'm going to send it down to the field again for the Midwest City Bombers marching band.
Serenity Games and Alex Stafford. Drum majors Xavier Robinson and Elijah Montgomery. Is your band ready?
I was ready for you to throw it up. Oh, my bad. Oh, that was not high out. Why am I throwing it? What if it like spills? You get a bitch and not gonna spill. So your sister's in Concord? Oh. She's the one in the girl that's taking her out. They do. Sometimes. They look like fucking astronauts. And that's their Air Force, Middle City's Air Force, we're Navy. I'm in ROTC, so I would be down there, but you don't want to be. Well, I do, but they're doing the higher grades right now. Oh, hell no. They're, bigger girl, her chicken good, back and forth and do I will go in that video right now. I want to. Nigga, get out the camera. Tell me why in Midwest City, all the girls that are color guard are white. Are you even recording them? Oh, the sound? So they can hear me too? Well, not. No, they can hear us. That microphone can hear us. And it goes to that. So you better watch that. YouTube. I'll have to make questions. He's trying to get the
Eagles fans, give a warm round of appreciation for the 2025 Pride of Midwest City.
Boy, that was a pretty good little halftime performance there for Midwest City. Now we get to see the Pride of Del City take the field here. And while they're getting set up, Gordy and I will kind of recap a little bit on what we saw in the first half. If you're just now joining us, it's 27-0. And Gordy, it didn't always look like Del City was going to dominate this game. In fact, looked like we were in for a battle.
Looked like we were in for a treat the first half, especially the first quarter, the first drive by Midwest City. They actually came out really tough. I think after we talked about, what we said with Coach Jones, they wanted to establish the passing game, but you could see Midwest City kind of had a dead set on getting that run game established, and they were kind of airing it out as well. The quarterback looked like he had a lot of confidence coming out, and that was really good. But once the Del City Eagles kind of got settled in, they kind of caused a lot of fits for that Midwest City Bomber offense.
Yeah, and the interceptions that Caleb Blackwolf had. There was a drive where Midwest City was really moving the ball. They were eating up clock. Del City was flustered. They looked a little frustrated defensively. We've not seen much of that this season. And it was a clutch interception right inside the end zone by Caleb Blackwolf. Took it out to midfield. And from there, Del City just really hasn't looked back. Caden Johnson, of course, had a pick six. And Rickland Holmes has had a couple rushing touchdowns as well. And then, of course, the great throw and catch from Simmons to Josiah Chester.
Right,
so
right.
That's where we are at to get it to 27-0. If there has been one flaw tonight for Del City, it's been the penalties.
Right. Just a killer. I mean, the scoreboard really won't do the story or tell the story, but like you said, those penalties are just, drive killers. But able, for Del City, they were able to kind of capitalize on those possessions and get those. But like you said, the only negative part we can really say is those penalties, and hopefully they can, go in and clean those up this second half.
And we don't keep stats up here in the booth, but we know for sure there was about 10 to 11, maybe 12 penalties on Del City
at least
in that first half. That's a lot. And so, Coach Jones, that is the conversation in the locker room right now, is we've got to clean that up. So I would imagine that conversation is not super fun to be a part of. But, at the end of the game, when you win, you beat Midwest City, you're not going to think about those penalties until Monday rolls around and you're watching film and the coaches are on you about it. And again, it's a younger offensive line. They're still starting to mesh. How often do you see it on Saturdays when really big-time D1 programs have a young offensive line or maybe a young quarterback and they just struggle to get some of that chemistry, but by mid-October, they found it.
You see it all over the place, Colin. You hit it right on the head. You see it in college football. You see it in professional football. Those first couple of weeks, especially with preseasons, and for college football, they don't even have the luxury of having a preseason. So you get a lot of penalties, especially the first, I would say the first 4 weeks of the season. I see Del City, able to kind of clean that up throughout the year.
Well, that is our recap here. 7 minutes left to go in the halftime show, and this is the part a lot of our Eagle folks have been waiting for. It's the Pride of Del City. We'll send it down to that and let you listen in.
2025 Dell City Eagle Marching Band.
All right, that was awesome. That was really good. And boy, you love to hear the crowd get really into that. Again, it sounded like Dell City just scored a touchdown. They were really, really fired up. That was good halftime entertainment. Again, brought to you by our good friends over at Madison's Country Cooking. I want to tell you one more time about them. And, again, the key phrase this week is Battle of Sooner Road. And that will get you 10% off all purchases, which is pretty cool. I mean, all you got to do is just say Battle of Sooner Road. You get 10% off. This week, they're open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday, and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Sunday and Monday. And don't forget, on Thanksgiving Day, if you're looking for somewhere to go to eat, maybe your family lives out of town, whatever the situation may be, you go to Madison's, you get a free Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day. That's really cool. So,
that's awesome.
Gordy, before we take a break and send it to commercial, I always like to give this shout-out. I haven't done it yet. A special hello to everybody at home who can't make it to the game, whether you're in the military, whether your health does not allow you to make it. If you have a family member on the team, we sure appreciate you. Also, want to say hello to all of the Dell City alum. I mean, we've had people from the classes in the 60s that have tuned in and listened to our broadcast. If you're one of them from the 60s, 70s, 80s, whenever, if you are an Eagle, special hello to you, and we hope that you can join us for a football game at some point this season. The Eagles look to have another promising year, another chance to bring a state championship home here to Sunny Lane, and so we're hoping that can happen. We're going to send it to break. When we come back, we'll have the second half of football for you. Dell City 27, Midwest City nothing. When we come back, we'll have Eagle football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Let's go.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network for the second half of the historic rivalry game between Del City and Midwest City. The Del City Eagles on their way, it looks like, to another victory, leading it 27-0. But, and I will say this. There has been a couple times in these past 5 years where Del City has had a huge halftime lead, and they have not played well in the second half.
Right.
So they've got to bring it. Now, the good thing for Del City, they start with the football. If they're able to put up another score, I think they'd be able to probably walk away from it.
Midwest City's really just got to get back to basics and really try to see if they can establish something, but even resemble the first, drive that they had of the game. I really don't see Del City letting up. I mean, this is a rivalry game, so really Del City, they have to keep their foot on the gas. I mean, that would be the best suggestion. But Midwest City, let's look to see them establish some type of run or some type of passing game and try to see if they can put some points on the board.
Midwest City will be kicking it off for the first time tonight. This is their first time getting that opportunity. And, heck, if you're Midwest City, do you try something here to, try to maybe get the football here, maybe an onside kick opportunity? I don't know.
Let's see what they do.
Now, the kicker for Midwest City is, I believe, Alexander Tobias. If that says 67, I can't tell.
Looks like we got some new guys back deep on Del City's kickoff return as well. Looks like they got Holmes and Franklin on the receiving end.
Let's see what kind of leg this Bomber kicker has. The second half is underway.
Here we go.
Boy, a big kick. Perfect kick. Being received by, I believe that is Walter Franklin. Takes it to the 20. Brought down there. Good, really good kick. One of the better kicks we've seen this season from anybody that the Eagles have played.
I agree.
Kicked it right into the corner, which limits the field you have to cover. So nice job. And I got the name wrong. It was actually number 61, which is Dominic Cochran.
That was a good kick.
A big kicker, 232-pounder.
That's a lot of leg. A lot of leg right there, Colt.
I bet you he can play the offensive line and defensive line. He's the kind of guy you want on your football team. You love to have that kind of size.
Exactly.
So the Del City offense, they've stuttered a little bit today. They've put up 27 points, or rather, I guess it's actually been 21 points because one of them was a pick six, but they have stuttered at times, and most of it has just been because of penalties.
Right.
The throwing game struggled early, but it started to pick it up. Let's see if they can pick up where they left off, at least in that aspect. Simmons has Rickland Holmes offset to his right. Simmons the snap. Going to hand it to Holmes. Holmes, big burst of speed. Stays on his feet after running over a couple tacklers. And now Rickland Holmes is on the loose to the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Rickland Holmes. One play.
One play. I didn't even really get a chance to even look.
Any hope the Bombers had of getting back into this game was taken away, just like that. One play into the second half. Del City 33-0 over the Bombers with an extra point upcoming.
Athleticism and power shown by Rickland Holmes on that carry. I think, like I said before, I really didn't even get a chance to focus on the play completely before Rickland Holmes was already breaking out for the promised land. I think we thought that Midwest City would kind of come out and really try to stop the run, but unfortunately they were not able to stop Rickland Holmes to the house with the score.
Let's see if the extra point by Jordan Ely can connect. Ooh, it cannot. That's going to be blocked. Good jump there by number 27, Kevon Curry, to jump in there and block it. So we'll take a quick break. 33-0. Off and running in the second half on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
You need our number in your phone. This could be you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It is a Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff coming up. Rickland Holmes will kick it away after scoring the touchdown for Del City. The Eagles lead it 33-0 with 11:36 left to go in the third quarter. Our third quarter is brought to you by Bobby Lewis Insurance. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you, one in Choctaw and one in Del City. We thank Bobby Lewis for his sponsorship with the Oklahoma Sports Network and Del City football. And after this kick, we'll let Gordy give us our scoring recap after that big 70-yard touchdown run from Rickland Holmes, the first play from scrimmage in the second half.
Great run by our kicker, Colt.
A high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for and received at the 27-yard line. That's where the Bombers will set up shop. Gordy, what do we got?
Oh, man, we got our score sitting at 33-0 thanks to Mr. Rickland Holmes, and our scoring recap is brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking. The key phrase this week is Battle of Sooner Road, and that will get you 10% off all purchases this week, open from 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and 7 to 3 p.m. Sunday and Monday. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Breakfast served all day. And again, free Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day, and you really can't beat that. So our scoring recap is brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking.
Well, if you're recording the Oklahoma State-Tulsa football game and watching this, close your ears. Going to give a score here. Tulsa 19, Oklahoma State 3. Disappointment going on in Stillwater right now. Oklahoma State hopefully can fight their way back into it. Going to be a jet sweep underneath. Del City does a great job defensively of closing that. You know, the reason I was bringing up that game, though, is because former Eagle Rodney Fields has 50 yards rushing in the first half. So.
Right. That's good, though. That's really good.
All right, so now the Bomber offense has a new quarterback, I think.
New quarterback. See that they're really trying to get the.
No, they don't. Sorry, my bad, Gordy. I looked at the wrong number. It is still King. King going to keep it to the right, pitch it out right, and Caleb Blackwolf there to make the tackle. Another big loss on the play.
A lot of running side to side on by the Midwest City Bombers offense. First play, they kind of established the same thing. What you really want to do is like kind of look to get upfield, of course, you know, that are positive yards, but they really, you know, are having a lot of success kind of breaking on the outside with that read option. I think I said they're kind of like really going through it to try to establish that run again. But Del City, the defense is just so fast getting to those corners. They're really not giving them any opportunity to do so.
Now it should be third down. There we go. The sticks were set at second down. Finally switched it. Third and long. King back to pass. Pressure from Wright. Wright chasing him. Wright brings him down. It's a sack. Inside the 10. It'll be a 3 and out.
Nice shoestring tackle by Wright.
A Bomber came up, fired up at an Eagle, and an Eagle just walked the other way.
Good job. Good job.
No reason to engage.
No reason.
Scoreboard, all you need to know. Back to receive this punt, Caleb Blackwolf and Nicholas Holmes.
Not a lot of sense of urgency that I saw on that first drive by Midwest City. I really kind of thought that, you know, they'd be in their first possession, that they would kind of, you know, try something that would kind of get them going, but it really looks like they're kind of remaining stagnant, and that Del City defense is just so quick to the ball. Like I said, again, not giving them any space or opportunity.
Wondered if Del City would come after it. They did not. This is a shorter punt that'll take a good Bomber bounce. The Eagles will make the smart decision, stay away from it. So that's actually a really good punt out of their own end zone. That'll go to the Del City 38-yard line. Best punt of the day for Midwest City.
We've seen some good punts and some good kickoffs tonight by the Midwest City Bombers and by Del City, actually.
Yeah, that's Midwest City special teams has been the probably the star of the game. They have not allowed for them because they've not allowed any punt returns, which, you know, Del City has just punished people with punt return touchdowns these last 3 years. You know, Braylon Adama, LaDainian Fields, and now Caleb Blackwolf. It's been pretty remarkable.
That is quite a list of talent. That is quite, and all three of those guys super exciting to watch.
You know, that's why we're rooting for the Cowboys tonight. Got a couple Del City guys there, both the Fields cousins, LaDainian and Rodney. So, of course, we got to root for them.
Oh, of course.
Del City brings it. 1st and 10 from their own 38. Simmons. He's going to drop back to pass. Going to hit Josiah Chester on a little screen pass. Nice. Chester breaks away from a couple tacklers up to the 47-yard line. Late flag comes in. This actually might be a personal foul here, possibly.
Yeah, usually when you get one quite late like that, you kind of see something on that back end.
No, I was wrong. Going to get a block in the back.
Block in the back. A little late.
Yeah, there was some talking going on between the players. That's what made me think maybe. Flag came in kind of late, like you said, but I guess they must have got a block in the back. So, man, another penalty to pile up on Del
Another
City.
Killer.
It's actually pretty remarkable Del City's up as much as they are. 33-0, as many penalties as they've had. They'll have to clean this up. Right.
When you got that much talent, you can kind of overshadow some of those mistakes, but when you're playing against a team, especially in a tight situation, that could be a game killer, and that's when, especially during these games, you really want to clean that stuff up.
Working through it. First down and about 15 to go.
First down and 16.
Maybe, actually going to call it first and 16. Simmons hands it to Blackwolf. Blackwolf, a lot of green, big hole up the middle. Runs over his own man, past midfield, down to the 42-yard line. Another Eagle first down.
Kind of caught Josiah Chester by surprise, but good job by Chester holding up that block, but even better run by Caleb Blackwolf, and that's what I really love to see is anytime we get that read option, Caleb Blackwolf, he runs with such force. There's so much similarities and so many differences between him and Rickland Holmes, but both these guys, like I said before, they run with such power and such force. They're really not, taking anybody, lightly.
Simmons, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap, back to pass. Throws over the middle. It's high. He was looking for Quincy Hill. Boy, he had a guy wide open over here on the near side. Coach Jones is letting him know about it. Josiah Chester. Boy, if Chester's open, you really want to get him the football.
Right. Chester's really doing a good job, especially on this right side tonight. It's almost a mismatch between him and these defensive backs. I think Coach Jones, like he said earlier, really wanting to get Josiah involved in the game, but unfortunately, like I said, just a little bit high by the quarterback. I think he's just getting a little bit excited and trying to rush that throw, but you got to go with your reads.
Second down and 10 here for the Eagles. 8:35 to go in the third. Simmons handoff, running right. Blackwolf, good tackle.
Probably the best, one of the best tackles of the night.
Yeah, Brandon Greenhoward on the tackle. Nice job by him. Greenhoward is a sophomore, young player, some youth.
Nice stick. I've actually seen Midwest City able to kind of rotate out some of those guys. Dale City has done the same on defense, kind of rotating some of the defensive linemen. Really good job, especially as a sophomore, to come in here and kind of establish something.
3 receivers to the left side. Third down for the Eagles. Josiah Chester on the right side. He's going to be double covered on this play. Blitz coming, picked up by the Eagles. Going to throw it to Chester anyway. He ended up getting man-to-man coverage. Ball was thrown out of bounds over the back shoulder, just a little too far.
Just floated a little bit on that right outside shoulder, just a little bit too far over the head. Good coverage by the defense, though, able to kind of push Josiah out towards that sideline. But quarterback just got to keep that a little bit more in zone.
So fourth down for the Eagles now.
For your Eagles.
They will go for it, it appears.
I like what they're trying to do as far as, running that fade route. Really, it's all about timing, and we talk about this all the time. I think the quarterback, I said, he's got those shoulders, just kind of not really square the way he needs to keep that ball inbounds.
Timeout called Del City. Coach Jones not happy. 33-0 is something to be happy about, though, if you're an Eagle. Lots of Eagles here on this side tonight, smiling and having a good old time. So Eagles still have things to clean up. Still a long way to go. 7:52 left to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Back with you here from Robert Kalsu Stadium. Del City, Midwest City, 33-0. Eagles on top of the Bombers. 7:52 left to go in the third quarter. Our third quarter sponsor brought to you by Bobby Lewis Insurance. Of course, surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you, with one in Choctaw and one in Del City. 4th down and 7 for the Eagles. Simmons out of the shotgun. Brings Black Wolf in motion from right to left. Back to pass. He's getting pressured immediately, and he is sacked. Huge rush right off the edge from Midwest City's Jakari Fletcher.
Nice tackle by Fletcher. Nice sack. Able to get through, bust along. You know, I really, like I said before, Midwest City had, you know, the same type of pressure early on. Looks like they went with that blitz once again, able to get Chester through and for a stop and a loss.
So the Bombers offense will come back on the field. They have not had anything go their way offensively after that one drive that ended with an interception.
Turnover on downs is positive. Let's see if they can get something going here.
Senior quarterback Lincoln King still on the field. Looks like that's Ryan Holloway in the backfield behind him. In motion from left to right. Hands it off to Holloway. Holloway has nothing going.
Nothing going. Del City decided to switch it up a little bit, go with that 5-man front using the nose guard, able to kind of close down and crash on that middle.
Caleb Blackwolf lost his helmet on the play. He'll have to sit out a play. That's the second time Caleb has lost his hat. You know, Gordy, I got to ask you. Man, if I would have lost my helmet when I played, my ears would have come off with it.
Right. Right.
Have helmets changed?
Helmets have changed. I don't know if it's the hair or if it's the helmet. I see that happen quite often. My son actually, you know, he has quite a bit of head of hair, and for some reason I see him adjusting his helmet quite a bit throughout the day.
Now, did you have a lot of hair when you were younger?
I did not, Colt. I've had the same haircut since 6th grade.
King back to pass. He's rolling to the left. Has a man open. Great throw. Caught at the 41-yard line. I beg your pardon. That is going to be a drop. Had a man wide open. It was a great throw on the run to Davian Cochran, and Cochran just let it slip through his hands. Incomplete.
Great job on the run. I mean, I love the throw, love the pass, but unfortunately you got to come up with that completion. It was right there in the basket.
3rd down for the Bombers. Got to give the credit to the Bomber fan base over there. Nobody's left.
Nobody's left, and that's really good. I mean, you really can't. I mean, you really got to stay and support your team, wrong or right. But Midwest City, they really have to try to get something established here.
Play action. Pressure coming. It's a screen pass. Del City right there and nowhere to go. Basil Gunter cleans it up. 4th down and long coming up for Midwest City. And I think they'll probably punt this one away.
Good tackle by Gunter on that one. He was able to sniff it out. I think Midwest City might have worn out their welcome with that screen play. I think the Del City Eagles are kind of, every time they see that play running, they're pretty much right in the backfield. It's not having any success anymore. Good job and good stop by the Del City Eagle defense.
One of the officials was trying to stop the clock, and I'm really not sure why. The white hat was wondering what in the world, why are you trying to stop the clock? Clock keeps running. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Almost said the ball game. This third quarter seems like it's lasted a good amount of time.
It has.
Now, these games are tough, you know, especially when you're playing. It's tough because, you know, if one of your teammates gets lazy on a block when you're trailing by a lot, that's how guys get hurt. So you got to keep playing if you're Midwest City.
That's the truth.
Same for Del City, too. When you get a big lead, as that punt just goes out of bounds, when you get a big lead, you want to make sure everybody's still playing hard. That's not been an issue for Del City in the last few years. Really, since I've been a part of the broadcast team, that's just not been a problem.
I can see, you know, I mean, I think we talked about it a little bit last week. These players, you know, they are kind of almost the spitting image of Coach Jones and his coaching staff. I mean, Coach Jones, as I said, we could say a lot of positive things about this man, but one thing I know is this guy is tough, and he, you know, instills such toughness in his team. And these guys, they don't quit. I think they all have, you know, such great camaraderie and such toughness. I think just the pride in general, these guys wouldn't let themselves quit.
You know, it is funny. I remember a couple of years ago when Coach Jones first took over as head coach, watching him from up here, you know, and especially if you're in the stands, you see him yelling at his players from the sidelines. You think, man, he is really on top of those guys. But a referee, buddy of mine, standing on the sideline, said, man, he's not being mean. He's just coaching them up.
He is.
He's just aggressive about it.
Exactly.
To make sure he gets their attention. Hands off to Rickland Holmes. Rickland running left.
Tough.
Bouncing off multiple tackles down to the 30-yard line. And, boy, you got to feel for the Bombers. They don't have a lot of interest at this point
No.
of trying to stick their nose in there and make a tackle.
No, he's kind of bulldozing guys through there. You didn't really see a lot. You didn't really see a lot of hats running to the ball, but I think Rickland Holmes is establishing the physicality in the game. You got to bring this guy down. I mean, this is the point of the game where I think everybody's kind of feeling, the fatigue, but Rickland Holmes, he's not going to stop coming. So these guys at Midwest City, they really got to bring the hat.
Simmons out of the gun. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Rickland back there with him still. Hand off to Holmes. Holmes running right, being tracked down from behind and brought down from behind. Could have been a horse collar tackle, but that's what Coach Jones is wanting. Did not get it. No flag down.
Got a player down, unfortunately. Anytime I see a play like that, Cole, it kind of gives me the cringes because you don't really know who's going to come up hurt. You got a horse collar, and then you kind of got a lot of commotion and a lot of build-up where you have guys landing on top of each other. It's always one of those bang-bang plays where you just hope that everybody comes out healthy.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, on the horse collar tackle, especially with Rickland Holmes being the guy carrying the ball, it makes you really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everybody remembers really why that rule came into play was what happened to Terrell Owens.
Exactly.
And, that's just a scary play.
Every time I see it, every time I see that play, it's something that just kind of give me the heebie-jeebies.
Second down for the Eagles. Back to pass to Simmons. Going to run a little screen pass that is dropped by Josiah Chester.
Took his eyes off the ball just a little bit too much. Sometimes players out there, I always tell them, eyes on the ball first, ball first.
It'll be 3rd and 10. Chester did have some drops early in the season last year as well. He was a sophomore, had some drops early, and then about the halfway point of the season, he didn't look back. There was no drops.
Right.
And so that's rare for him. He'd like to have that one back. But it is what you said. You're looking up to see who's going to come to hit you.
Just anxious.
And also trying to see what holes you want to hit.
Exactly.
3rd and 10. Del City probably has 2 plays to pick this up. Rickland Holmes to the right of Simmons. Simmons back to pass. Looking for Chester all the way. Throws to Chester. Intercepted. It was underthrown. This one is picked off, and a big block underneath. Flag is down. That flag was thrown prior to the pass, I believe. Ball was intercepted by number 29, Richard Harris, and he brought it all the way back to the 35. Now we have to check the flag. I think it'll be a hold on Del City, and it will. So that penalty will be declined. First turnover of the game for the Eagles, and the offense kind of struggling a little bit, other than the one run from Rickland Holmes here to start the second half. But since then, a little bit of struggles.
We see, like we talked about earlier, we definitely see Del City is really trying to establish something in this passing game, really trying to get Chester involved in the game. I mean, they're doing a really good job of running the routes and running the plays, but I mean, they've used this play so many times. I think the D-backs are kind of getting, educated on exactly what they're trying to do and where they're trying to go. The quarterback, a little bit of a short throw, one of those throws you really got to get over the top, especially if you're going to kind of beat a dead horse and try to get it to the same receiver.
Eagle defense wants to hold on to this shutout. Going to be a little misdirection play to the left. Nowhere to go as Rickland Holmes is there with a bunch of other Eagles.
Nowhere to go.
That'll be a pretty big loss on the play. About a 6-yard loss. 2nd and 16 coming up for Midwest City.
Not really a play that I thought they were going to run. They really had a guy wide out deep, but maybe it was a run play the whole time. I think the scheme that they had going on Del City, they really had that just covered up.
The Bomber offensive line at the beginning of this game was getting a pretty good push, and they are not getting a good push now at all. Del City's moving them straight backwards as soon as the ball moves. And really not bringing a lot of rush. Here's 4. Pressure coming.
Once again.
Valor Vaughn is the quarterback now for Midwest City, and he was brought down. He had a little bit of time to look, but not much. It really ran out quickly, as it'll be 3rd down and a long way to go. They're going to move the ball back to the 26-yard line. They need to get to the Del City 48.
Great stop by number 90, Devontae Godwin.
Correction, they need to get this to their own 48. 3rd and long. Let's see what Vaughn can do at the quarterback position, but we'll have to wait. Coach Washington wants to take a timeout. That's their first of the half. 2:57 left to go in the third quarter. Del City on top of the Bombers, 33-0 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers. If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone.
This could be you! When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Third and long for the Bombers, trailing 33-0. Getting late in the third quarter.
Del City electing to go with this 3-3-5 set. I really like it.
Back to passes Vaughn. His first chance to throw it. It's a great pass to the right sideline and caught for the first down. How about that throw by Vaughn?
New quarterback stepping in. I mean, couldn't ask for a better throw. I mean, great flag route by the receiver, but the quarterback was able just to put it right on the money. Kind of caught Del City off guard. I think we got a little bit of substitutions in there as well, get some of the young guys some PT, but I say great pass by the quarterback nonetheless.
What's neat about that is Vaughn comes in at quarterback and throws a pass to the quarterback, Lincoln King. How about that?
Yeah, great job.
Moves the sticks to the 45. Uh-oh.
Little confusion.
Little confusion on the play, and Vaughn is going to be taken down. Did everything he could, but nowhere to go. Brought down by big number 90, Damani Godwin, the freshman.
Great job by this kid, Damani. I actually had the pleasure of watching him growing up playing for the Little League Del City Eagles football team. Great job by the freshman.
Rodney Fields just had a big run for Oklahoma State. Got that on a little side screen here. That's pretty cool. So you've actually seen Godwin play.
I have. There's a few of these young men on the Del City Eagles football team that I actually had the pleasure of watching playing Little League, Pop Warner football. Great tradition they have.
Back to passes Vaughn. Getting pressured. Oh, man, he was drilled as he threw that ball.
Ooh.
And it is incomplete. Great coverage from Nicholas Holmes. Good throw, especially with the pressure that he was getting. He got popped, did Vaughn. But, Godwin kind of stood out to me a little bit watching him in warm-ups. He's a big guy.
Big kid.
For his age, 14, 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And, I remember Lou well whenever, David Stone was, of course, with Del City, and he was a freshman, looked like he was going to be really good. Unfortunately, decided to, go to IMG, but
right.
Godwin may be the next line there.
I hope so. I mean, I think Del City, they have a pretty good amount of size. Godwin, he's kind of one of those D tackles that's low to the ground, great speed, great leverage.
Pressure coming from Holmes. Vaughn does a great job, steps up in the pocket, breaks free to the 35-30, being chased to the 20, 15, 10, and the ball is almost stripped. Great effort from behind, but it's going to be first and goal from the Bombers. Trailing him from behind was Jamari Johnson, the sophomore, and he caught him and showed some wheels, but a great run by Vaughn. I got to tell you, some promise for the Bomber quarterback who's checked into the game. I mean, Valor's looked pretty good.
How about Vaughn coming in with the spark? I mean, you can't really ask the quarterback, when they come in a situation like that to do a whole bunch to change the game. But, shouts out to Vaughn, for really kind of staying even-keeled and making something happen and giving some more excitement to this Bomber offense.
Hand off to Holloway up the middle, inside the 5 to the 3. Second goal coming up for Midwest City. Minute 35 to go in the third quarter.
Holloway on the carry for a 1-yard gain.
Del City's defense finally gives up a couple big plays, but it's Vaughn who comes in and makes the plays.
Right.
Midwest City, nothing against Lincoln King. I think he's not at all your problem.
Right.
But I think he's such a good athlete that, Vaughn is able to do the job of quarterback. Ideally, that makes your team better because you can move King to receiver, and he proved there he can run. So just something to watch as they're going to hand this off again to Holloway. Basil Gunter, who just keeps making plays.
Good stop by Gunter again, getting that backfield really quickly. But like you said earlier, Cole, it's good, when you can kind of switch up the quarterback or switch up the offense. Like you said, not that King's doing a bad job at all, but he can be utilized in other areas. That's allowing Vaughn to come in and kind of switch up the character of this offense and kind of give him a different, different looks and different sparks.
And when you're a first-year coach, you got to try things.
Right.
And, again, that's what non-district is all about. You don't really want to be trying things down 33-0 to your arch rival Del City, but it is what it is at this point. You got to kind of put that away now and start working on building your team before district play.
Right.
Immediate pressure coming in, and Vaughn now throws it and almost darn near threw a touchdown pass as he was being pressured and just threw it up for grabs. But, again, a pretty impressive play that he was even able to get that ball out. Now, that being said, that play was wide open, and he missed it before he was being pressured.
Definitely. Just a little bit of commotion in his face. Good job by the Del City lineman to put that pressure on him. Like you say, able to get it squeezed out, had a guy open, but unfortunately able to get it out just a little bit too late.
4th down, 17 seconds to go in the 3rd. Can the Del City Eagles keep the Bombers out of the end zone? We'll find out. They're going to run that tight formation again. 3 receivers to the right. Vaughn has Holloway split to his right. They're not going to get this play off, so they'll call a timeout. Does Coach Washington. That's the 2nd timeout for Midwest City. We'll take a timeout with them. When we return, it'll be 4th and goal for the Bombers. Eagles on top, 33-0 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This looks like you need our number in your phone.
This could be you!
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to Robert Kalsu Stadium. Del City 33, Midwest City 0. 4th and goal for Midwest City.
It's time to get loud. It's 4th down.
Valor Vaughn, the quarterback for the Bombers, replaced Lincoln King earlier. Back to pass is Vaughn. Now he's rolling right, getting pressured. He's not going to have anywhere to go with this football. He'll be brought down for a sack at the 19-yard line. 9 seconds left to go, and the Eagles will take over on downs. The Eagle defense relentless.
Once again, Godwin and the rest of the Eagle line able to get through and bust through. Vaughn had not really anywhere to go. You can kind of see him scrambling a lot in the backfield. But, yeah, the Del City Eagle defensive backs just had all the receivers covered up, just nowhere for Vaughn to go. Unfortunately, had to take the sack. Good job by the Del City Eagle defense.
Now, unless this first play from scrimmage is a pass, this will be the last play of the 3rd quarter for Del City. As their offense goes trotting out. Kind of looks like Black Wolf is going to be the one taking the snap, so that would most likely eliminate a pass play. Never say never.
Try to keep this on the ground.
Direct snap to Black Wolf. Black Wolf. Rudd's left, brought down just as he crosses the 20 to the 21. That'll do it for the 3rd quarter. We'll head to quarter number 4. We're going to take another break. Bear with us, folks. I know we've taken a lot of them. 33-0 our score on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to Robert Calsu Stadium. The fourth quarter just about to begin for Del City's offense. Looks like that's Simmons back there, but trying to make sure of that before I confirm it.
I know these guys are down, but let's look for Midwest City to try to do something. They got a nice little rotation trying to get in some of those guys that don't start the game, but let's see if they can try to establish at least to get a stop here against the Eagles.
And there is a run to the left, a good run. Looks like it is actually Quincy Hill who has come in to play.
Nice tough run by number 3.
Quincy Hill.
I really like Quincy Hill. He's a guy that has been pretty much whatever the coaches need him to do, he's going to go do it. Needed him to play quarterback week 0 against Edmond Memorial. That was a really tough task, but he did it. Need to play safety? He'll do it.
He'll do it.
Need to play receiver? He'll do it. Need to come in here in the fourth quarter up 33. Play quarterback some more? He'll do it again.
He's got you. He's got you. That's a Swiss Army knife, if you will, of a player.
He's going to keep it around the left end. One man to beat. Tries to put a move on. He's going to be hog-tied down at the 33-yard line.
Nice decision to keep the ball. Able to get a little bit of a positive yard on that one. But good decision to go ahead and keep that one and run out to the left.
Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. That does add a different element to the offense when Quincy's out there.
Right.
Like you said, just being able to pull it back on a read, keep it. Clock moving here for Del City, and they're going to take their time just a little bit, let some clock run off. Hill going to drop back to pass. The lefty throws it out, gets Josiah Chester on a curl route to the 41-yard line, gets just what he needs. First down, Eagles. Good throw by Quincy.
Nice pass. I like it. Able to go along with that quick hitch route by Chester. Still, trying to get Chester involved in the game, or really, just trying to get him some good work, and that's a really good pass by Hill. But, good pitch and catch by these Del City Eagles. Like I said, just good something to establish, what they're trying to probably do going into this next week.
1st and 10 Eagles from their own 41.
Quincy Hill and Rickland Holmes in the backfield. Got to wonder how much longer Rickland will be in the ball game, as well as Caleb Blackwolf. Quincy takes the snap, takes off running, looking like Quinlan Ganther as a flashback. Runs out to midfield.
Good run on the keeper. I love what Quincy Hill is able to do by, getting the right reads and able to keep the ball, before he was able to hand it off. But I said I do like what I'm seeing from number 3 on these reads. It's really kind of good to see the quarterback, establish some sort of run in there.
Quinlan Ganther, I mentioned his name. He's actually a coach now, one of the offensive coordinators.
I saw him down there.
Coaches, and it is cool to see. He's one of my favorite players since I've been here.
He was a good tailback when he was with the Del City Eagles. I really enjoy watching him. Ooh, good catch.
Good throw out there. Nice catch, like you said, by none other than Josiah Chester, another Eagle first down. He was, but Quinlan was actually the quarterback for Del City, but he ran like a tailback. So it was like kind of like Quincy is right now, is that it's like having an additional tailback, but the difference is he can jump back and throw the football as well. So, I was a big fan of his, and really happy he's a part of this coaching staff. Does a good job down there. I think this is year 2 for him.
Really?
Hand off to Rickland Holmes. Runs through 3 tackles now. Looking like Bijan Robinson in the backfield. Down to the 20. Keeps going to the 15. And another big gain from Rickland Holmes. Rickland's a little shaken up here, though. That's not what you want to see, even a little bit, as he's having to roll off to the side. Hopefully he's okay. Nice run from Rickland.
Nice run from Holmes on that one. Hopefully everything is okay. But The reason why I'm kind of laughing, I mean, he broke like maybe 4 tackles just coming out, through the offensive line as well. About 4 tackles totally broke on that one. But I say great run by Rickland Holmes.
Quincy Hill again going to take it. Running left. Inside the 10. Spin. Stays on his feet to the 5. Good run from Quincy Hill. I like the minutes we're seeing from Quincy.
Definitely tough running. Since we've seen him in this ball game, he's just kind of like established himself, showing exactly what he can do. We'll see him walk off just to get a little bit of a rest.
8:50 to go in the ball game. Second half sponsor, representing third and fourth quarters, is Bobby Lewis Insurance. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you. And also, we are in the red zone, which is brought to you by Bail Bonds by Tamra. Have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamra at 405-200-5110. She has 15-plus years of serving the community. I hope you don't get in that situation, folks, but if you do, you know who to call. There's a handoff to Black Wolf up the middle. He dives inside the 5 to the 4. But I think that's going to be enough for the first down. That's all they needed was the 5. So it'll be first and goal for Dell City.
Coach Jones deciding to keep in Black Wolf and Rickland Holmes that drive, but I think that might be getting a little bit of a breather for those guys now.
Yeah, there's a bomber down, it looks like. So while he's down, we hope he can get back to his feet and be okay. 8 minutes to go in the game, 33-0. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Eagle Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme...
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Back with you here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. First and goal. Black Wolf the keep. Up the middle. Black Wolf. Touchdown. Dell City.
Almost untouched. But great Wolf. Great carry by Black Wolf on that one.
There was a delayed reaction from the Dell City crowd, almost like they didn't know.
I don't think anybody knew that they were coming out of that timeout. They were able to kind of use that quick play and get in the end zone fairly quickly. But like I said, good job by the Dell City Eagle offense to kind of move it down and get Black Wolf in that end zone.
Sneaking in does Black Wolf. 39-0. Extra point can make it 40. This is something Dell City's trying to perfect. Jordan Ely working on getting better and better each week. Luckily, he's getting a lot of opportunities to do so.
He's getting better and better.
Snap back. Hold down. Kick up. It's a wobbly kick, but it is good. 40-0. Dell City on top. We're going to keep it here. No break. Here in just a moment, we are going to have a Dell City Chamber of Commerce kickoff. And I want to tell you one more time about our good friends Madison's Country Cooking. The key phrase this week, Battle of Sooner Road. And that will get you 10% off all purchases at Madison's Country Cooking. 7:59 left to go in this one. And the Eagles, well, it's just been all the Eagles. The Bombers have made a couple plays here and there, but they've just not been able to really maintain much of anything. And the Dell City crowd still here. Nobody's left on this side. This is one of the bigger crowds we've seen in a while here at Robert Kalsu Stadium. I think maybe the biggest since that playoff game against Guthrie, really, as far as a home game goes. Right. This is a big crowd. And then, obviously that state championship game at UCO, maybe the most memorable crowd I've ever seen. You know,
Right.
sitting on the home side, you could see all the Carl Albert fans totally full, and then looking on the visitor side, totally full. With Del City folks, it was really a
great game. It was a great game to be at.
Really a cool deal. So
Definitely.
Possibility that happens again this season.
I foresee playoffs in this team's future, I believe.
Next week, Del City will have Collinsville, which will be their first district game, and that will be a tough matchup for the Eagles.
Collinsville always has a really good team, and I assume that we will be able to get to witness a really good football game, so I can't wait.
Ely actually is the one to kick this one off. It's a high pooch kick that's received at the 20 by King. Lincoln King going to the opposite side of the field, brought down inside the 30 to the 27. That's where the Bombers will take over, trailing by 40.
Almost a 30-yard run across the field for a gain about maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Another score update for you. Oklahoma State and Tulsa. Gordy, you're recording it. Do you want me to give it to you or no?
Yes, please,
okay,
please.
I was making sure. 19-9.
19-9.
Oklahoma State trying to battle back.
Cowboys seeing what they could do this year, but
Cowboys defense did just get a stop, so they'll get the ball back. 12 minutes left to go in that one.
Nice little in-state game.
Cowboys have played better in the second half from what I've seen here on my monitor.
Looks like they got a good running game, but quarterback issues, unfortunately.
Hand off to the left side, nothing going. You know, it has been positive for Midwest City back to this game. Valor Vaughn coming in, like I said. He came in, made a few plays. I would expect Midwest City to maybe give this a second look.
Definitely.
He's a junior, and there is some promise there.
He moves well. Good ball presence. Really kind of good quickness. I really like seeing that. We got a new tailback in the game as well.
Quick pass, intercepted, picked off by Draquan right into the end zone for a pick six. The beatdown gets a little uglier.
I think we may have spoke too soon, Colt, about Vaughn, but like I said, good. It was a good, good interception and great return by Ryan. I mean, like I said before, the guy is just a player all the way around. He's had good plays all night on defense, but Vaughn able to kind of looking his receiver down, looks the defensive back straight in the eye, and right able to come along with that INT return.
Cool play for Draquan Wright. He's had a nice night tonight as well.
For sure.
Made a lot of good plays. 46-0 now our score. It is tough, man. There's a lot of Midwest City alum, and there's a lot of frustration.
Right.
As that extra point is good. Boy, that was maybe the best kick of the season there for Jordan Ely. And how about that? Coach Kevin Cox is going to be the first one to greet him. He's been hard on him tonight, and he's out there to greet his guys and tells them good job. So
good job by the Del City defense. Once again, these guys don't give up. They don't quit, even though there's just a little bit of time left in the game. These guys are out there playing hard. Everybody, that's one thing I really love about Del City. Each individual, they want to make a play, and it's not really about what can I do as an individual. These guys just love playing, and like I said before, they love playing for this coaching staff. Coach Jones is doing a really good job of keeping these guys engaged and keeping them ready and hungry. Great job again.
I want to remind everybody, just kind of a refresh. After the game tonight, if you want to go to Whataburger, if you're hungry, that's the place to go. I mean, nobody's going to make you a better, more fresh burger at this time of night than Whataburger. Go to the one in Midwest City off of 15th Street. They'll welcome you to come by after the game for a free medium French fry with any purchase. Just say you're with Del City High School and the mascot that sent you, which is the Eagles, or you can tell them the Oklahoma Sports Network. Either one, that'll get the job done.
Right.
It's only good on game day, though, so only at the and also only good at the 15th Street location. I'll be there after the game for a few minutes. So if you want to come by, love to see you.
Love to see you.
Get you some really good food from Whataburger on 15th.
And you can buy me and Colt lunch as well.
You know what? That would be
maybe a shake, Colt. What are you thinking? A float?
Whatever you want to buy, we'll accept.
A patty meal. I'll take a French fry. I mean, I'm not a biggie.
This kick here will go straight out of bounds. Boy, the first kick from Ely was pretty good. That one, not quite so good.
Right.
You try to hit that pooch kick, you try to land it right around the numbers is where you want to try to land it, and that was just a little too far.
There is an art to the pooch kick.
I was never good at kicking, Gordy.
I was never a good kicker. I actually was the kicker in elementary school, but that was the least of my tenure. That didn't last past 6th grade.
I think I kicked off when I was in elementary school, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very good.
Right. I want to practice. I want to try to kick a field goal, see what I can do. I probably hit the bottom of the goalpost.
You should have been at game day last week.
Right.
Kicked it with Pat McAfee.
Oh, that was awesome.
My favorite.
It's too cool getting to see those guys win that. I mean, I wonder how much practice they get to do.
Yeah, it does make you wonder how they pick the guys.
Right.
Also, what I want to know.
Oh, I'm telling you. Ooh,
Run
nice.
to the left, tripped up from behind. Draquan right again. Boy, Draquan making a push at that player of the game. He kind of wants it, doesn't he?
I think he wants it. The speed and the quickness, he's pretty much shown since the beginning of the game. We see, most of the time when we see number 6, we see him in the backfield, and he's making plays all night.
He was a player. I texted Coach Cox. My history with Coach Cox, we text back and forth once a week about football and stuff, and he was telling me that Draquan Wright is the guy to really watch. He sees him getting better and better each week.
I can see that. I can really see that. Good body movement. I mean, great quickness.
This time going to try to run to the right side. Nothing going there either. This time, tackle was made by, I believe, Jalen Andrews. Also in on the tackle was number 75, Brenton Allen.
So we actually see the carry by the freshman from Midwest City, Zoe Leverett. This guy, number 24, called. I've actually had the pleasure of watching him, for a few years, with the Midwest City middle school team. As you can see by the size, the guy is a beast.
Yeah, man, big guy. Vaughn throws the ball over the middle, was looking for King. It was almost intercepted on the deflection. Falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Rodney Fields is having a really good game for Oklahoma State. He is making some plays.
That's
here,
awesome. That's awesome to hear.
You do like to see.
Right.
With Rodney, he's got 111 yards rushing tonight on 16 carries.
Jeez.
But, with Rodney, I remember when he was here at Dell City, and I remember the way he started that season. He don't get me wrong, he was good all season long.
Right.
But he hurt his shoulder.
I remember.
And that stuck out to me. I just felt like Dell City was maybe never able to totally get things going in the run game after that. This is a sky-high punt.
Whoa.
I mean Aaron Judge style.
A torpedo.
Pop up straight in the air. It'll be down at the 45-yard line.
Nice hang time on that punt there.
So Dell City's offense with 5.5 minutes left to go, already up 47-0, will come out and try to add maybe one more. I don't foresee them trying to take it easy in this rivalry matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dell City High School football is back in action.
No, to touch on Fields again, it just kind of really has me thinking about all the great running backs and quarterbacks that Dell City has had, throughout the years. This program, has really done a really good job of establishing, and that's what's really made a name for Dell City football. They just really had a plethora of really good running backs that's come through, over the last, 30 years, to say the least.
Snap to Hill. Hill takes it, running left. A couple bombers out there trying to get a block. Gets a couple blocks, stays on his feet. Tried to go back the other way. And a good tackle from behind. Tackle made by Brandon Greenhoward. He's made a couple plays tonight. He's a sophomore.
Right.
Promising looking young player.
Good carry by Quincy Hill. I think, I don't know if it's the humidity down there on the field, but we're actually going to see him come out of the game again. But good run. I see Dell City, they're just really trying to, get these players in and get these guys some run, which is a really good thing.
Man, those cramps are no joke.
No joke.
We were talking about it at break. I've been pretty fortunate to not have a bunch of them.
Right.
Man, when I have had them, they will make a grown man cry.
Nothing worse, Colt.
Simmons back in at quarterback. Sends Franklin in motion from left to right. This play will be blown dead. It's going to be, I think, a timeout called by Coach Jones.
Nice.
So we'll take a timeout with him.
Coach Jones.
4.5 left to go. 47-0. The Eagles on top of the Bombers. You're watching Del City football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Back live with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Gordy and I are laughing because we're trying to decide the player of the game, and there's a lot of options tonight.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
So the way we do it, it's the Robert Kelsey Legacy Group that sponsors it. They get a really nice trophy with Robert Kelsey. I mean, it's prestigious.
Awesome.
It's beautiful. And so when you get that, it's you can only get it once. So we know for sure Rickland Holmes has got it, and Caleb Blackwolf has gotten it. So they are kind of eliminated from contention for the rest of the season. So we have to make some decisions. We'll see. Second 8. Simmons out of the gun. 3 receivers to his right. Back to pass, facing pressure. It's picked up. Simmons going to run. We talked about earlier, he hasn't run very much. He's off and running to the 25, and that's where he'll take himself out of bounds with a nice pickup for a first down.
What is this, Colt? I mean, why not? And we talked about this before. I love seeing 18 carry the ball just right then. It's something I think because of the talent that he has in the backfield, he really doesn't have to do much. So, but like I said before, great run by number 18. I think, throughout the year, they're going to probably need him to use those legs a little bit more.
I like to see that. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Simmons hands it off. Running left to the 19-yard line is Damu Oku, the sophomore. Oko, excuse me. Said his name incorrectly.
Oko.
I should have known. Blake, you've told me twice that's his name. Sorry about that, folks. If family members are watching, hope you'll forgive me.
Looks like we got 2 Okos on the roster, of course.
Yeah, I haven't heard if they're brothers or not.
No. That's a unique name.
I looked at our producer, Blake. He goes to school at Del City. He said, I'm not sure. We'll have to find that out during the week. We might have to send Investigator Blake out there.
Right.
Break the story for us.
Investigative reporting by Blake.
Simmons going to throw one to the corner of the end zone. Overthrown, but the reason it was overthrown is because it looks like Josiah was being held. Flag comes down in the end zone. That should move the sticks.
Still trying to get Chester the ball involved in the game. I really like what they are trying to do. Coach Jones touched on it earlier. They really want to get Chester, some reps and get him involved in the game near the end. But, you see that they're really still trying to get that ball up there. He's had some missed opportunities, and I know he's really kind of hungry to get that. We actually see him out there throwing his arms up right now. He does not want to leave the game right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I understand totally.
He wants another one.
I understand.
Feed me more.
Feed me. Feed that man.
So first down to the 10. Simmons the snap. Nice. Simmons going to just take off and run.
Nice quickness, nice toughness. He's running high. I like it. Able to keep his eyes moving, keep the ball down the field. Positive yards on that one. Back in the red zone. And while we're at it, we'll give you our red zone bail bonds by Tamara. Hopefully you never need it, but have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call bail bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. Once again, 15-plus years of serving the community. If you need her, red zone bail bonds by Tamara.
Simmons again, almost brought down from behind, stays on his feet, into the end zone. Davion Simmons with the score. You know, Simmons has had a pretty nice game tonight, too.
Get tough running.
He had one interception, but, you know, he has gotten better.
Right. It comes with experience, Colt. Being a young man, especially playing in, you know, for a premier program like the Dale City Eagles, there has to be a little bit of nerves, you know, especially at that first game with Edmond Memorial, going into, you know, straight into a game against a legacy-built rival like the Booker T. Washington. Then you're coming into Midwest City. That's a lot of pressure for a kid, you know, at that age. But like we said, we can gradually see this guy getting better and better and more confident, and I really love him establishing the run this drive.
Snap back, kind of floated to the holder Simmons, and the kick is still up and good. Nice job. Healy hit that ball well.
What I like is the progression that I'm seeing, not just from like we've seen with the kicker. We're seeing this from the quarterback. Of course, we're seeing that with Holmes and Black Wolf. We're seeing that with the offensive line. We're seeing it with the defensive line. Just a lot of growth, you know, here in this game, especially after last week's victory. These guys are really building on what they, you know, were able to do from that first week on, and I'm sure that coaches are, you know, elated about that.
54-0 now our score, and we talked about before the game, Del City, this will move them to 5 out of their last 6.
Right.
Over, I actually stand corrected. I think that's incorrect. This is now 5 in a row for Del City. 6 out of their last 7 over Midwest City.
Right.
It also gives them the tiebreak, you know, because these out of the last 10 years, it's tied 5-5. Right. And now Del City will take that lead over the Bombers, and really, it's been a dominant last few years. I don't want to say I was the good luck charm.
Right.
But when I came in 2019, the Eagles were on a losing streak to Midwest City.
Right.
And my very first year in 2019, 26-7 won. They lost in 2020, but then since then, just kind of listen to these scores. 2021, 27-6 win. 2022, 41-0 win. 2023, 53-14 win. Last season, 2024, 62-6 win. And now this one, 54-0 and counting with 2:41 left to go. The Eagles have just taken over this rivalry, and it's been really, really fun to watch. And it's all a lot of credit. Almost all of it goes to Coach Robert Jones, but do got to give some to obviously Coach Mike Dunn. Got things started here.
Right.
But, Coach Jones has taken this program to new heights.
Definitely. Not
seen since obviously the late 70s.
You got to get the players to believe, and I think what Coach Jones has been able to establish is getting these kids, to believe in themselves. Not that Coach Dunn didn't do the same, because I know he did the same. But these kids, like I said, they, it always is about leadership. When you got a great leader like these coaches, these guys will run through a brick wall for this coach. And congratulations to them. Like I said, the last, 6 victories against a rival team like that just gives them an insurmountable amount of bragging rights across the city. And, kind of being from the city myself, I knew that's, something, a great pride that you take in doing that. So congratulations, to the Dale City Eagles for sure.
Like to see some new faces out there. Jaden Rogers, I see him out there on the field. He's a sophomore. I have heard good things about him. Heard that he's a nice athlete. Number 26, Alex Wathan out there. He's a sophomore. Try to get you a couple others. Number 31 out there. That's Damari Norton. He's a freshman.
Right. I love it. Anytime you get a chance to give these freshmen and these sophomores, just anybody who really hasn't gotten the opportunity to see the game, getting to play in a big game like this, it's just, it's really something that you kind of think about all week.
Vaughn the snap, hands it off to another freshman that's in the game. This one for Midwest City. A nice tough run to move the sticks for a first down.
Good carry by Zoe on that one. Sorry for the stutter.
Zoe Leverett.
Number 24, Zoe Leverett on the carry. Good for a Bomber, first down.
There goes Everett again to the left side. Good run. Powerful run.
Powerful run.
He's finally brought down by Brenton Allen.
7 yards. 2nd and 3.
Like what I see from that freshman for sure. I think running with a lot of power behind that, but the Dale City defensive line, these young guys, they're nothing to shy about either. These guys are, taking advantage of their opportunities and, making some good stops.
I always forget this. I can't believe I forgot this. This pass, I'll wait till this play's over. There's going to be a sack.
There we go.
Brought down by number 38. This is, Tyja Sparks Jr. on the sack. Nice job.
Nice sack by Sparks.
But I forgot to give a shout-out to our people and friends watching on YouTube.
Yep.
We don't have a lot of commenters, but we have people watching. We thank you. Again, you can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on the Roku, Apple TV. All you got to do is download the Oklahoma Sports Network app. Watch us there. We occasionally have a game on Facebook. There's always a big game that we put on there. James Clapp had tuned in earlier and given us an update on the Oklahoma State score and Tulsa score.
All right.
Vaughn will run to the left. He'll slow up and get tackled.
Nice gang tackle.
Xavier Smith, one of the guys on the tackle. Nicely done.
Right. Nice run to the hat.
So fourth down coming up for the Bombers. They have to run one more play, it looks like, just barely by 1 second off from the play clock. So this will most likely be the last play of the ball game. Oklahoma State with a field goal, 19-12. 6 minutes left to go in that one. Oklahoma State trying to fight back. Fourth down for the Bombers, possibly the last play of the game. Handoff left, not happening. And that is the best way to sum up this ball game. The Del City Eagles dominant, 54-0 over the arch-rival Midwest City Bombers. And it was fun. I think all of Eagle Nation probably enjoyed every minute of it, every second of it.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I really like what Dale City was able to bring. My first taste of this rivalry up here in the booth. You know, hopefully, like I said before, we can get some really good games out of these guys. But yeah. I say credit to, the Midwest City Bombers for coming out, not giving up, fighting all the way to the end. But like I said, even more props goes to the Dale City Eagles football team. We're able to, establish the run. Really good job by Black Wolf. Really great job by Holmes as well. Good job by the quarterback and outstanding job by the defense all the way around.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have an interview with head coach Robert Jones, and we'll announce our Robert Kalsu Legacy Group Player of the Game. Gordy's on his way down. It's a decent walk. Give Coach Jones a moment to talk to his team and, of course, go play the alma mater to the guys. So we'll do that. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. The final 54-0 Del City over Midwest City on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers. If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us. This is why you need our number in your phone.
This could be you! When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it. Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers. This looks like you need our number in your phone.
This could be you!
Weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
We're back live with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Again, the final tonight, Del City 54, Midwest City nothing. And Gordy Jones is on the field, and we won't have to probably wait very long. But I will just tell you real quick, next week, be sure to join us at the game if you can. If you can't, tune in to watch our game against the Collinsville Cardinals. I believe they're the Cardinals. If I'm not mistaken, they are the last Oklahoma team to actually have won a state championship, not named Carl Albert, in 5A. I may be wrong about that, but I think that's the case. So I am not going to waste any time. The coach is ready, so we will send it to the coach. Gordy, take it away.
All right, Gordy Jones here with the Oklahoma Sports Network. Here after the victorious Coach Robert Jones tonight with a convincing victory of 54-0. Coach, give me some thoughts on the game.
Well, you know, early on, they came out and hit us in the mouth. That's what I've been saying all week. Everybody's calling me saying, how much y'all going to win by? Are you going to win by 50 points? And I was like, hey, this is a rival game. Like, you know, I know it's been kind of lopsided the last couple of years, but I was worried all week. They have a lot of athleticism. When you look in the mirror, they kind of remind me of our team, athletic, fast, and it's a rivalry. So they came out and hit us in the mouth in that first quarter. We haven't been hitting the mouth like that in this rivalry in a couple years. So it was good to see that our team can respond to adversity. We overcame that adversity. You know, our running game with Blackwood from Rickland was very strong. Then it was also exciting to get Josiah Chester the ball. So we have some weapons outside mixed in with that run game. I'm excited about the future as we move towards the season.
I totally agree, Coach. Able to get something established, like you said before, with the run. We seen early on, Midwest City, they came out strong. They had, you know, a little bit of something going with that passing game, but Del City also tried to come with something with that passing game. We said we had some open looks. We were able to get the ball out and, you know, and able to get Chester involved in that, you know, and that's the main thing when you're playing a team like this. When you're playing against a team like this, like I said, when you see a team come out and they are establishing the run, they're establishing what they're trying to do, is it difficult for you to kind of stay in the groove or stay in what you want to do as far as game plans go?
Yeah, absolutely, especially defensively. You know, we're going to be a team that's going to get up and play some man press with the corners and play real tight coverage with the safeties. And we're going to get out there in the blitz game, and they knew that. They did a great job getting that quarterback outside the pocket, and they did a great job in the screen game. So their coaches did a great job coming up with some schemes to attack us early on. And our staff did a good job responding and coming up with some in-game adjustments to be able to fix that. And, you know, this is our defense. The last couple of weeks, our defense has played well. We did bend a little bit, but we didn't break. So anytime you can get a goose egg, that's a huge positive, but there's some things that we're going to have to fix going into district versus Collinsville. And then with the throwing game, it was actually good to see us get the ball outside, like you said, and make some completions and get the ball down the field, but we're still turning it over a little bit too much. That's all 3 games we had some interceptions. Next week we get one of our quarterbacks back, Sincere Overton. That's going to be a big help for us to get him back in the mix. He's another weapon that we can use in the running game as well. But like I told the kids, anytime you win 54-0, that's still stuff we got to fix, but it's still exciting to get those kind of wins, and this is the 5th time in a row that we beat Midway City. I don't think that's ever been done in the history of Dale City, so it's a huge positive.
It's really something that we kind of talked about earlier in the booth, Coach Jones, something that you have left your imprint and stamp on, you know, the Dale City program in general, but like you just said, no team has beaten Midwest City 5 times in a row like that. I mean, to establish, you know, such great dominance in a football game like this, but it really, like I said before, it's really a reflection of everything that you've been able to do and you and the coaching staff have been able to do. There's no quitting in this team, and that's one thing that I really love about watching Dale City football. They are, you know, an exact imprint of, you know, the way you played, the toughness, you know, and like I said before, this team was able to come out and establish dominance. Before early on, it looked like Midwest City might have had something going, but throughout the game, Dale City just showed, like I said before, there's no quit in this team. And this team, they don't give up on any plays. They don't take any plays off. They play all the way up until the 4th quarter is over. Absolutely. Can you touch on that?
Well, you know, it starts with using your experiences, you know, using experiences from we're playing underneath Gary Rhodes and Coach Rollins and Coach Goff, and having that swarm defense at Carl Albert and playing in championship games there and getting used to being in that environment. And then, you know, going to NEO and playing there and playing at Oklahoma State and learning from Les Miles. And so there's a lot of different experiences I had as a coach. And then coaching it down there in Texas, I feel like the intensity and the love of football down there in Texas has really prepared me and kind of gave me the upper edge a little bit. So you're mixing all those experiences, and I'll bring in a lot of things that we did at CA. We do the swarm to the ball. I learned how to handle adversity sometimes when we started the season 1-3. So all those lessons that I learned playing and coaching, I'm just tying it into this program. And, you know, we have CDEP on the back of the jerseys, and it's not just one of those quotations that we use as a program. We use it as a life. So our kids are really using that. They're doing great in the classroom. They're doing great in the building, and we're just going to keep establishing character not only on the field but in the classroom, at home, and I think it's really starting to transfer, and I think these young men are really figuring it out. And now this is my 5th year. I know Coach Rose used to always tell me it takes about 5 years to where you really feel like the program is moving in the direction that you want, and I feel a different feeling this year. Even though we have a lot of things to work on, I just feel real confident that the kids are going to be able to get through any kind of adversity, and they're going to keep winning.
I agree, and I don't want to keep you too long because we want to bring in your player of the game, but let's touch on this C-depth again because we touched on it last week a little bit, but I really want you to kind of get to the audience and go in depth about what that really means.
Yeah, so, you know, CDEP is commitment, discipline, effort, pride, and toughness. And, you know, we talk about every Monday, we talk about commitment. We want our kids to understand that you got to be committed to the process, not just when you feel like it, not when things are going great, similar to how it was in the Edmond Memorial game. You know, we got thumped pretty good, but we still had to be committed to the process. And then discipline, you just got to be disciplined in every area of your life. A lot of times, especially when I first got here, kids thought, hey, I can come out here and play football and still be undisciplined in the building. I could be undisciplined in my own personal life. So they're learning that being disciplined is not just a football thing. That's every area of your life. And then just playing with great effort. I hope when everybody watches us on TV or watches us in the stands, I hope they're showing that we're showing that we play with a relentless effort, you know, and then having pride. You know, I feel like we have gotten to a point that even when we won by 54, our coaches are like, man, that was, you know, we played bad, this and that. That shows that we have pride in what we're doing. Even though we're happy that we won, we still know there's a lot of things to fix. And then just being a tough team. You know, they were driving down our throats. We had to punt the ball. Like, it just was a feeling we haven't had in a while against a 5A opponent. So all those pillars are starting to tie in, not only on the field, but in the personal life as well. We're starting to see it.
Totally agree, Coach. We're going to bring in your player of the game. Great job by the Dale City Eagles all the way around, but, we only got to choose one. We're going to bring him in. But what I want to do again as coach is congratulate you on not only the success that you had in today's football game, but like you said before, you can tell the pride and everything that you guys are building on, especially this year. I really can't wait for next week, actually, to see what you bring next week. Like I said, great job again by you and the coaching staff, Coach Robert Jones. I really appreciate the time, and I wish you the best of luck next week. And we'll bring in, your player of the game, our player of the game. Have a good night, Coach. Right now, we'll bring in our player of the game, the great receiver, number 2, Josiah Chester. Mr. Chester, first question I want to ask you, the first week that you guys came out, against Edmond Memorial, trying to get things established. The second week, really trying to get things established, Black Wolf had an outstanding game. For a receiver, I know it's hard, to watch, when the running game is established. I mean, how do you feel, as a receiver when you finally get those opportunities, to get the ball, and especially having a coaching staff that really wants to give you those opportunities?
Well, I want to start off with saying I'm happy for the run game and seeing them succeed and watching them score. I'm excited for them scoring. And, when the ball is finna come my way, I get excited, get happy, tie my helmet up a little bit more, and I'm ready to go.
Right. Such toughness that I see, and what I really like about watching you specifically is the quickness. You guys got speed all the way around. I mean, like Coach Jones said before, you guys are kind of like a stamp or an imprint of the personality, that Dale City football brings. But like I said, for you and for the rest of the receivers, I know there's a long way to go and a long way to go in the season. But can you tell me something that kind of gives you the motivation, to do what you're able to do on the football field?
Just my family, I have a great support system, and just seeing them happy, seeing them in the stands before the games, and talking to them after the games, it just motivates me to keep going and keep pushing every day.
Right. Keep pushing on, man. You're doing a really good job, and we really like what you're doing with the Dale City Eagle football team. Going into next week, are there any thoughts or anything that you would like to do different than you did tonight?
I think we should attack the same way, maybe cut down on the turnovers as a team, and I say just attack hard off the line. For me, blocking better. I feel like I could do a little bit better blocking. It was a few times where I missed my block, and I could just work on that coming into practice next week.
Sounds good. Well, we want to offer you, Josiah Chester, the Robert Kalasue Legacy Group Player of the Game. We're really, happy to give you this honor, and it's one of those things that we don't take lightly, here at the Oklahoma Sports Network. But I think your coaches, they don't take lightly either, and they really wanted, to make sure that you have the opportunity to get this award, and I think it's something that's really well-deserved. Before, give your thanks, as far as if you want to give thanks to the coaching staff, but also, do you want to give a shout-out to anybody else?
My teammates.
Right.
They push me every day in practice. They did joke with me a little bit about not touching the ball the first few weeks, but they was real supportive and telling me to keep my head up going in. So my teammates, my coaches, because they told me stay ready, be ready, it's gonna come. My time is coming, and also like I said before, my family, my support system. Without them three, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at today.
That's the truth. It's great words by Chester. And like you said, the main thing about, when you're a receiver, you just kind of keep your head on straight, stay focused on the positive. There's a lot of negative things that can kind of get in your way and kind of overshadow, what you're trying to do. But like you say, you keep a positive mindset, and you're able to bring what you did today on the ball field, which was made a totally different, in the game. And like I said before, you're able to win that Robert Kalasue Legacy Group Player of the Game. And we really thank you for your time, me and Blake and the rest of the Oklahoma Sports Network. And I congratulate you, and we can't wait, and we're excited to see about what you do next week.
Thank y'all.
All right, you have a good night.
You too.
All right, Cole, back to you guys.
All right, Gordy, thank you. Thank you to head coach Robert Jones, and, of course, thank you to Sincere Overton, our Robert Kalasue Legacy Group Player of the Game. The final from Robert Kalasue Stadium, 54-0. Dell City clobbers Midwest City tonight. And enjoy this victory, folks. But we've got a big game coming up next week at home against Collinsville. You can see that game right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Until next time, everybody, have a great weekend, and so long, everybody.
Celebrating 10 years. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.